part. Last night I was at the Southampton Business Alliance meeting, and I didn't have any problem with it. They had a lot of questions, but I thought they were polite, but a lot of people came up to me later and said, that was so awful, you know. I really didn't affect me that way. But some of these civic associations, maybe I'm just desensitized.
We're ready.
I'd like to call the December 11th Southampton Town Planning Board to order. This is our last of the year, December 11th. Gloria, I don't know if you have anything because there was no,
Yeah, I was unable to open.
unable to
any
open
files
our
because I had an
files.
email.
Right, so no, none of that. And a roll call, please.
Chair LaFaro,
Present.
Vice Chair Finity,
Present.
the Secretary is here. Board Member Glazer,
Present.
Board Member Mutu,
Present.
Board Member Neely,
Present.
Board Member Fulham is absent. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're going to close the afternoon session and go into a work session, and we are going to have a discussion with the Planning Director, Janice Shera, on the new hotel zone, local law. Yep.
Everyone have this, or you need a copy?
Take a copy. Thanks, Janice.
I'll take one too if you have it, Janice.
Thanks, Janice.
Hey, Janice, how are you? One more, Janice? No, I have. Thank you.
It's
Okay, I'll look over. I want you to have one, so you...
Okay, thank you so much for having me. This is also like a map, some maps
Oh, good.
that,
We'll pass them out.
thank you. So good afternoon, Janice Shearer. This is a public hearing. We just had Tuesday, and it was referred to you, and I think you discussed it briefly, with Teresa or Claire. And they did help me work on this. Again, another floating zone. These are a great planning tool, and
like
we
them.
should use them more. And so that's
Why?
why should we use them more?
Yeah.
Because it's very difficult to understand the circumstances of all different lots across the town and put a specific sort of box around it and say you can only be this. Where in this way, you get to craft it, customize it exactly for where you want it to go. And it's left to the legislative board, the town board, but it's totally connected with this board for
Right.
the planning of it. So,
I hear you. And I just wanted, because it's top of mind,
yeah,
the PDD, which was also in a sense a floating zone, was retired several years ago. And one of the reasons it was retired was because it was developer-driven and not town board directed. And that was really a good evaluation of it, because the town board could have said, I'm sorry, we're not entertaining this application. It just doesn't work. But the developers got ahead of that and pushed and essentially took over the PDD. We were around for PDD, yeah.
I mean, most of them that were written by me.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
very familiar with them.
Okay.
Sure.
So I just want to make sure that I understand the difference here, because this is also a floating zone.
Well, PDDs, so we have all these different planning tools, right? So we
Right.
have overlay districts, like the Pine Barrens, that's an overlay
Right.
district, or Aquifer Protection
Protection overlay
overlay,
district.
overlays across all different areas of the town.
But that's
That's
defined by
an
geography.
overlay, defined by GIS, right? Then we have, or like coastal erosion hazard areas, that's like an area we mapped out.
Right.
So what we traditionally do with zoning is go, here's where all the motels belong, along this stretch right here in the motel zone. But that's not what we really did. Back in the day, what they did was said,
oh, this is a motel, we'll call it motel zone. They zoned it
After
as
the
they,
fact?
after the fact, they were already there.
They were pre-existing at the
They
time
were
of zoning.
So all the motel zones are, and I know this because I did a whole study on this, are just lines around a parcel that had a hotel. They're not this
Part
comprehensive.
of a plan, yeah.
Right. So that's traditional zoning where you say, or like highway business. You have highway business and you have a bunch of different uses that someone could do in highway business. Some of those uses are P, meaning we're gonna give you a permit to do that. Some of those uses are SE, special exception, and then we might allow you to do that. You have to meet all these standards and conditions first. And you, as a confirmatory board, decide whether or not they meet those conditions, whether you can implement those safeguards,
Right.
mitigate the impacts. You think of all that. It's fine. This way, the overlay zone it's there on the shelf. It's in the book. If we need it, we take it down and we can land it. If you don't need it, you don't use it. And it doesn't confer that right across the board. And that's the distinction that's so important. Because wouldn't we rather zone around what we want versus spend our time trying to stop something we don't want? You see the difference?
The problem our board has, Janice, and it's surfaced in prior applications, is that land use, these specific land use decisions are made by political boards without firm and that criterion, subject to the political pressures of that area. And that's what's going to take place here. I think that's what Jackie was alluding to.
Well, I mean, the political pressure is none other than our community as well, right? Like the people that vote. So I think that's where our board, our town board has said many times, the buck stops here. We are we're going to make these decisions, but they are in concert with a comprehensive plan. Our comprehensive plan says small-scale tourist accommodations should be allowed in highway business. Well, where exactly? That's where we say, we don't know yet. We create a floating zone, and then we can go through this exercise of where to land them.
Every civic and community group is going to point to this and says, don't put this here. Great concept, we don't want it in our hamlet.
We have one group saying we do want, which is the Bordy Barn. They're saying, how do you make this hotel? They're behind it. They want to see it as a quasi-public space where people can still go and have a drink and meet somebody, for a holiday, whatever, but also their extended family can stay there. And so in some circumstances, the community will embrace it. And then you take it off the shelf and you apply it. And we still have a lot of ways to go with that.
Right.
Because even if they apply, not everybody likes the design, or somebody might say it's too big, or it's this or that. And we have to but at least there's a forum for negotiation. There is, versus you get no, we need the 50 feet, and you try to do the negotiation and it just sort of derails. It doesn't, you don't have as much authority to be like, no.
Why can't they be set up as special exception standards in the highway business zone?
We tried that, and then when we mapped it, we found that you would end up with too many. That would not be embraced. There would be too many.
Yeah, so that's the,
Like triple the amount there.
we asked for a baseline. Now, you just said something that was interesting we didn't know about, that you researched, looked at all the existing hotels, and that they're mostly pre-existing non-conforming. One of our questions was, do we have a baseline here from which we start?
Yes.
And is there a maximum when we stop? And so, because it can easily, I think, tip out of balance with developers saying, oh, the Hamptons, they're ripe for hotels,
Right. I agree with you, and that's why we did it this way. So it's more discretionary. There's only so many, you see in purple, that even fit the bill. And then you have to drill down further. But it's an equal playing field. It's not just for one, right? That wouldn't be appropriate.
It's not spot zoning.
Right, so
Yeah.
we need at least some that people can avail themselves to, and then it's case by case.
Now, it's the town board that will pass, say yay or nay to these applications, correct? And then it's passed on to us, and we kind of have to make the best of what could be mincemeat, We have to figure it out. So, explain a little bit the function of the town board versus the planning board.
So in this case, the town board is setting sort of the scale and density. So you can go from anywhere from 16 to 65, some number. And the town board looking at it will say, and all the reasons why, because it's got, you know, whatever it is, the circumstances there. Let's just pick a number, 40 units. They're gonna say, we're gonna approve 40 units and it's gonna be here and we want them to, and they show all their amenities and things they wanna do, and we make sure that it's copacetic with how it's situated on the lot and the neighbors and all the things.
But that's a planning function, but the town board's gonna do
The
it?
town board is going to refer it to you all. We'll come back, you'll give input on that plan. They're not
Like
gonna
a
zone the
referral, we
plan.
become a referral agent?
You're always the
Or are
planning
we
board.
involved?
You're involved, you're always involved, you're an involved agency.
Okay.
And so you would have a lot of input, especially with the architectural and design guidelines of how you want it to be.
Right,
Achieved.
but not location. We don't have,
The location is set by, you know, just, it's basically, the minimum site is 80,000 square feet in highway business, and it has to be so situated that it makes sense, right? Like it has to
be
be
in one of these
dimension,
blocks.
topography, it has to be,
One
yes.
of these blocks.
Yeah, that map is showing you those parcels that,
So it's just the one with the colored purple, which has more than 2 acres.
Right, more
Those
than
are the only ones that you can,
that's really only ones you can talk about, or because the other ones don't meet it. I mean, someone could try to get a variance, but I don't think they would be successful because we made it so that
Right.
there's enough here.
So I think what I heard you say is that we would be an involved agency, so the combined work of us and the town board would then create the final subdivision?
It's not even a subdivision, it's a site plan.
So where normally, if the town board has a PD, I'll use the PDD as an example, they would approve it, but then it was up to the planning board to do the site plan.
It's sort of the same idea, but we can do, I think the best way over the years, the best way is to get the design things out front. The design parameters known and understood up front between everyone, all boards, and the community. Like, that's the most important aspect of all of this, is how it's being designed.
right. We're talking process though now,
Yeah.
because we want to we don't want to be in a situation, or we want to try to avoid a situation where the town board agrees to a particular project. They do secret on it, right? Do you need secret? They're gonna have to do secret, or
Not
not?
until the end, but yes, that's
Right.
true.
And then we, as an involved agency, find it deficient and ask for supplemental, and then we're off to the races, you know, in terms of, we're trying as a board to understand our authority. I mean, I know what we typically do, but when a town board approves a project of this size and complication, and it has a lot of planning issues, these are a lot of
The
planning.
idea is to, you know, work together. There's no reason why the planning board can't get input to the town board, who then could take that input seriously and manage that as a
Well, we
cohesive.
will, on this piece of
process.
legislation, we're gonna have input, right?
Of course, that's
Yeah.
what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
But they're going to make findings, and they're also saying, it says no development may proceed until the planning board is granted final subdivision or any other, you know, site plan approval. We can expedite that process where you say, well, we've been through all this because we coordinated this review and we're all satisfied. Or you can start again and have a, you know, like typically, in our, regs, it says like if something is the subject of a recent zone change, you can waive the hearing, I think, right, Claire? I could be wrong, but it's.
Pre-submission is
Pre-submission. You don't have to do a pre-submission on something that just went through a whole zone change process, because obviously everybody's heard about it, talked about it, contributed it to it, right? So that change, you know, for your process, they kind of skip pre-submission, because you've already weighed in, you've already seen it, they already know.
Is that part of the statute?
Jackie,
That's part of the
similar to-
regular 33183 site.
So similar to what we did with Mariner Housing, for that pending request for a zone change, right? It got referred to us, to the planning board, and said, hey, we're having this, we're considering it as a change of zone. And what do you guys think of this project? And, you know, we were prepared a very long report saying, hey, you gotta address this, and this, and that's all gonna be part of that process, before they decide to approve or not approve.
Okay, in
Right.
all fairness and in all reality issues, we do a lot of referrals, we spend a lot of time on the town board referrals.
Right.
And rarely is our referrals incorporated into a piece of legislation, rarely. And so it gets adopted as it is. Maybe one of our suggestions is, and I'm not, this is not, you know, in an antagonistic in any way, but it's the fact. Then it comes back to us, and we then have whatever has been approved, and we're stuck with it, which is why we had a supplemental on that application several years ago, because there were questions that we disagreed with, we didn't think cut the mustard, and having this conversation with you is so important, because if we can avoid the process collisions here, it can be a comfortable thing. I'm not talking even now about, is 65 rooms too much? That's a big hotel. Why do they need a restaurant? Why do they need a swimming pool? All of that we can talk about. We're just trying to get the process down cold, because
The process is no different than it ever has been. In other words, the town board gets an application, it's a work session, they decide whether or not they even want to elect to consider that application. So that's like step one, to say, you know, it's kind of like the Supreme Court doesn't want to take up a case, you know, they don't want to take it up, they don't want to
will you be
elect to
guiding
consider
them
it.
in that sense?
Of
Because they're
course.
going to need land use guidance.
We have to, we always give a report. So, and the people come and then they have to, you know, it's a vote, they have to take a vote.
Yeah.
To even consider it. Then,
The good news is that they can only really consider it in these 11 blocks that you've
Correct.
identified.
that's right.
So, and then I guess the question before, in front of all of us, is if the town board gets an application, they're not going to approve it necessarily before they send it to us.
That's right.
Correct.
That's important.
Correct.
Because if we get an approved site, then that kind of takes away all of our ability to make any changes.
That wouldn't be,
Okay.
that wouldn't be the idea.
Plus
that
an
part's
involved
better.
agency.
You would be involved, you would
can't-
be
we have to be
collaborated with.
included.
Yes, you'd be included.
It's so limited by these 11 blocks, and within those 11 blocks, the size has to be, so it's fairly, and I guess that's the intent
That's
of
the
this.
point, is
to
so that it's
limit
not a
this.
proliferation, it is limited. You don't know that the people in those places even want to do this, but there's some, you know, we can't just let it be just for one person. It has to have an equal playing field to some degree, like it can't be a class of one, as they call it.
Yeah, that's fine.
So,
And if these become special exception standards, you could have like Macy's come in for a hotel to be redeveloped as a hotel. And then across the street, the 2 or 3 property owners could get together and merge their properties and put another hotel right across the street. You have to apply it to both. If it's a special exception standard there, so you could get a proliferation of like 5 hotels in one
well, as you
area.
know,
and
one
that's gonna
thing
be
breeds,
not necessarily
attracts
appropriate.
another.
You bet. You
So you
open the
get one
door.
McDonald's, you're getting Burger King, right? It's the competition thing. So in the discretionary realm, the town board can say, well, we have one, we don't want to do another one, or maybe we'll do another one on the other across town, or, you know, kind of space them out accordingly. And that's where the discretion comes in.
And does it also mean that because these 11 blocks have been set up, that somebody coming in requesting a project outside of these areas will get,
We wouldn't even
will turn them down,
elect to
wouldn't even
consider it,
exist?
right?
That's what,
They're,
okay.
right from the start, they don't meet the
Okay.
code.
Okay, so it's the special exception standards, I just need one comment. Is there any way to beef up the special exception standards? Can we tailor them in certain situations, what you just said, Dennis, that for this hotel zone, we can apply then another 4 standards, or 2 standards, or whatever? Because I personally think our special exception standards are weak.
Well, that's the whole point, is that this would not be a special exception use. It would be like almost a conditional use by the town board. So it's not, the special exception standards, and I think that's a good comment to make back to the town board, the special exception standards still need to be revised. Like, they're still not, like, if somebody says, well, I don't wanna go through the whole zone change, I just wanna do, let's say, 4 hotel units on this 1 acre piece of property, then they would come to you for, under those special exception standards. So those standards reasonable, not really. So, but, and that's a good comment, is saying we should work on that. We need
Special
to fix
exception
that.
standards for this particular,
A special
I think
exception
you should
standard
say
for
in
hotel
general.
motel generally still need to be fixed in so, as, you know, we create our comprehensive plan and things along those lines. Like, where is it almost considered P to put these? These are all like conditional uses that are all akin to a zone change, right? Like, that's what we're talking about for this. If somebody wanted to do, maybe it's not 4 units an acre, what if it's 8 units an acre, and they just want to come straight to the planning board? What's that magic number that we would assume, like, that's
Right.
okay to keep going and just come straight to this board? You know, you don't need to go through a huge zone change process.
okay, so then you apply special exception standards?
Yes.
But those are our tools.
Right.
Those are our tools, and what I'm saying is, I think those tools are weak.
So planning board,
I do.
I agree.
So I do have a draft resolution, and the title actually needed to be modified slightly, which had some, you know, just generally supportive language, but I can add somewhere,
the current special exception standards are weak.
whereas the.
Are weak. And need further refinement. How's that sound?
Janice, there's also a certain amount of benefit of having a pre-submission conference, because that's when the referrals are done. Let's say the Trails Advisory identifies a trail opportunity in the corner of the property. We have the ability then to establish buffers. It's sort of the nitty-gritty of a site plan comes out of these pre-submission conferences. So I don't know if there's a mechanism to allow, once this is granted, to allow us to have the pre-submission conference or not.
Well, is it that they can request the waiver of the pre-submission conference, or is it that it's automatically?
Oh, it's automatically waived.
It's
You have a
automatic.
zone change.
But
Because
in
they
this
just
is-
went through that all. So that the time to comment on that is when the town board undertakes one of these, will send referrals to everyone. You, the architectural review board, the trails advisory board, the ag, you know, who knows where it is, depending on who's involved.
Is there a process,
Landmarks.
a legitimate, because we have a template, we have a process.
Yeah.
And our staff guides us through it.
Yeah, but for pre-submission conference, we don't send to the Trails Board, and we don't send to some of those other boards. It's just generally that engineer and the fire marshals that we send. Is there someone else, Claire, am I missing someone else that we send
Trails,
for pre-submission
conservation.
conference?
We're dealing with,
Right, for nobody.
SECRA, we're gonna refer it to everyone at the town board level, and I can assure you of that because it's me, my office doing it. So long-range planning refers it to all these entities as part of SECRA.
So
Not
once
as
this
part of-
approval is granted, we go right to site plan.
Yeah, yeah, but you've already
Public
weighed in.
hearing, other public hearings?
Of course.
At the
There's-
town
it's
board
a
level.
At the
zone- there's-
town board
at
level,
the
has
town-
it,
at the
have
planning
there
board
been
level as well.
hearings, public hearings on this?
Yes.
Has there been comment?
Yes, there's just, actually, it was on the other night, and I
It was
can't
on
remember what
Tuesday
people
night. There
said.
was some concerns about, you know, same concerns that you have with whether or not it would be developer driven, and what is the difference between establishing through special exception standards versus a floating zone. And I think we've talked about those concerns and tried to address those concerns.
And they'll be incorporated into the legislation?
It
hopefully?
already is. I mean, the truth is that someone comes and asks, hey, can I put this hotel here? Here's what it's gonna look like. And if everybody goes, oh my God, I'm not doing that, then it's over, right there in the first instance.
Okay.
Versus all the things that have to happen for you to get to a denial. The town board can just be like, we're not even entertaining it.
Okay.
At the same time, if they would like to entertain it, because everybody goes, we wanna see this here. We want the Boardy Barn to become this hotel because we think we can still go there and have a good time. And everybody's in support. I can't tell you how many people are asking me, when is it gonna happen? But there's no path because they're in highway business. They don't have the law, the way the special exception works will only allow them to have 4 rooms. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I understand. We are often at the effect, look, we had a 15,000 square foot maximum highway business, right? That goes up to 18,000, 20,000 square feet because they go to the ZBA and they get a variance. So there's no variances here?
No,
None
it all
what-
comes down to coverage. It's still the same coverage in highway business.
But they don't have an opportunity to,
Oh, that was right. They were talking about underground, like parking and such like
Yeah.
that. And that is allowed, unless there's some legislation to not allow it, or high groundwater. It's very cost prohibitive in places of high groundwater to do even
So
underground anything.
if variances were necessary, the ZBA would be an involved agency. And the town board could say, you know
No,
what?
they don't need to be involved in the town board side, because the town board is going to set the zoning for that particular.
Okay, so the developer comes in and says, look, 65 rooms, I mean, is it 65 rooms? What is it,
It
60?
can't go beyond 65. There is no zoning board again, because this is a legislative loading
65,
zone.
65 rooms? What-
Rooms.
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 So that's like, say, 2 in a room, that's 120 people, X number of cars. You've mapped all that out, right?
Right, but what if they have 10 acres?
Oh, okay, now, listen.
They
Well,
can have more than 2, but they can't have less, but they can have a lot. They can have 10 acres and 65 rooms and grounds to roam around on and during your stay.
One of our comments, these are not our comments, right? This
These are
is,
just draft, really.
The only comment I have
Because
right now
our-
is the current site plan, special exception standards are weak and need further refinement.
but we talked briefly about a 65-room hotel is not a small hotel.
Right.
It is not. And so whoever's.
It is actually in the classification of hotel world.
Right.
Like, they have their own, for insurance purposes, how to classify hotels. That number is not arbitrary. It comes from that, and actually, that goes up to 75. We just capped it at 65 because we felt.
Well,
like we
because,
needed
but this is a
something else.
unique area. I mean,
a
that's like
small
saying
hotel.
every horse farm is Ags and Markets, you know? The east end of Long Island is tiny and getting smaller by the minute. And so
So do you find that you would ask for a smaller room?
yes,
amount?
I would. I don't know how the
And
rest
what
of the.
would that number be?
It says small scale. Do you know what the size hotels that exist now? How many rooms, for instance, at the Hilton Garden Inn in Riverhead? Anybody know?
Oh, but that's a big
That's a big
building.
building. I was gonna say,
We
do
don't
you think
want
it's
that.
more than 65?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so how about, the Bentley is near where I am, so how many rooms is the Bentley?
40.
40, roughly? It's a pretty big.
And they were just purchased by what? Hyatt?
Hyatt, yeah.
Would they be allowed other uses on that property,
Just
retail?
accessory, like, like a gift shop, where you're in
And
a
a
hotel.
restaurant.
and
The highway
and
business, how many
cocktail-
uses per
what-
acre?
What about a catering hall?
One use per 20,000 square feet.
So 2 uses per acre, so the 10-acre site can have 20
Those are not
uses.
separate uses. Accessory to a hotel are not
hotel-
falling under one per, because they're accessory. So you can't count a swimming pool as its own thing, it's accessory to the hotel.
But couldn't they have other uses if it's a larger parcel? Couldn't they do some retail, have some other?
But like, we're talking in speculation world, a lot of things, you're not seeing anybody ask you that right now. So,
Oh, I would ask-
can there be a gift shop associated with a hotel of a certain square footage within the lobby? Yes. Can there be, this whole other retail establishment? No, because retail's not even allowed in highway business, and you know that.
But I think an applicant could argue that having a catering hall is an accessory use to a hotel. And that changes the dynamics of.
It doesn't say that here as a
No, I mean,
permitted use.
I'm-
So catering hall, is that a comment? Catering hall
Yes,
should
it's a
be
good comment.
prohibited?
That
Yes.
should not be
Permitted.
permitted as an accessory, should not be considered an accessory use. I mean,
Many hotel dining rooms are also hire out catering, they do catering to events, to big weddings, to,
Well, Canoe Place Inn is a good example,
yeah.
right? Canoe
Well,
Place Inn caters
or-
in their
Or the
ballroom.
Southampton Inn in the
Well, and
village.
they had a
Or the
historic
South.
ballroom, so of course
Yeah.
they were going to be allowed
Yeah,
to
but the
have it.
Southampton Inn does catering, has outside parties all the time. And
So this is a case by case thing, but you're saying in the permitted accessory uses where it doesn't even say catering, say, don't put catering.
that would be my, and then limit it to an extra use, as you're saying, Claire.
Oh, like,
So that if it's a larger piece of property, then maybe that's okay. But I'm concerned about the number of rooms and the number of uses in a 2-acre parcel.
Right, but it could fit, that's the whole point, is we can design it. If it gets too big, it doesn't make sense anymore, and then the answer is no.
Well, that kind of goes to my question, because the line that I'm looking at in here is 330, 34.7A, the town board may delineate within the zoning legislation specific dimensional requirements necessary to achieve the overall site development and shall designate the final number of units for hotel density within the district. So, like, which comes first, the chicken or the egg? Do they decide on the number of rooms and then the dimensional requirements? It sounds like they can
You're gonna
vary the
see a
dimensional requirements by each application.
Yes. How can you tell? That's what I'm saying. It's not a one-size-fits-all. It depends.
So how
It's
do they
hard
decide if 30 rooms is appropriate or
by
60
the layout,
rooms is
by looking
appropriate?
at it.
Well,
How do you
you-
know that it's when people say that's too much or that's not enough? You have an intuitive sense when you look at a plan, and you will be asked to look at a plan to say, yes, this
You also
fits.
have to recall, it's gonna be limited by parking,
Well, I was just
septic,
gonna ask, are they gonna
impervious
take,
coverages,
the
all of
town
those
board's gonna
things. are
take parking into account?
Absolutely.
They're gonna take through lanes into account and turning
I think that-
radiuses and.
I think
They're
it's,
still all the same, we're still gonna do all the things. It's just that we're gonna start as a zone change process, but all the review things that we all know and love are still going to be part of it.
So on this 10-acre site, you can build that hotel, 65 rooms. And then 2 years goes by, and now I want an Equinox gym at the other corner of the site. We can do that, right? More than 2 uses. And then I want a Sleepy's mattress store on the other
Necessarily.
parcel of the site, because,
It's all speculation. It would have to
But
say
you're
what's
allowed
the
to-
traffic
No, but we-
what about
impact, where
limiting
is
the
it?
use?
We have to anticipate, Janice,
Yeah.
you know, that's long-term planning.
So
Of course I do, but this is a hypothetical scenario that's not actually
we can
happening.
place limitations. If that's the parcel, if it's on one parcel, then that's the use. If it's a 10-acre site, you have your 10-acre, you have your
Store.
motel, and then you have only, any other uses on that site should be accessory to the motel, so you can't put in the Equinox gym, it has to be
It says, the
gift
town
shop.
board and the planning board shall have the right to require that the applicant or owner execute agreements and covenants as it may deem to be required.
Why not
This-
write into the
This
code?
is a negotiation, of course.
So there's nothing in the code that says limits the accessory uses.
Yes, of
Is there-
course. We always have, accessory can't be more than 30% of use. So the area,
We just heard 2 uses, and I knew
no,
2 uses per
that's
acre.
primary uses, not accessory uses.
So in a
Right,
take,
primary.
10-acre site, can have 5 primary uses,
10-acre
Okay,
site.
the
You
motel-
would have 20.
and 4 others.
20, 2 uses per
So
acre.
I'm reading the code.
So there's a little loophole here, so it's good to discuss it.
But each use that you have to, that they try to add comes to you. And you can say, well, this is overload for the traffic because now you're adding whatever you just said, a Sleepy's and an Equinox gym,
Yeah,
that's the
we-
traffic of these
we
things.
we can
It's
say
still
it-
under your purview to add those additional uses. This only pertains to the hotel use.
That's not what we deal with, Janice. We deal with an
No.
attorney waving the code in front of us, saying, I've got 4 more uses here.
What's
And I
your
want my
comment,
Sleepy's
though?
mattress store, and oh, here's a Sleepy's, here's data on Sleepy's, and how benign the traffic is for this use that I want.
Right, but they also have to, again, account for septic, impervious surfaces,
My
home
Sleepy's doesn't use
parking.
any septic. One
But
little
like, we're
employee's bathroom.
debating over a hypothetical Sleepy's, but we're
Well, why
supposed
don't
to be
we
talking
limit-
about a hotel.
Why don't we limit the parcel, if that's your use,
To hotel
to the
use
motel?
only.
So if you have a,
That
if you have a
says
10
covenants and restrictions, the town board and planning board shall have the right to require, they agree to something. So in the case of, well, you can have this, but you're not getting a Sleepy's, they would say, we're not gonna do the retail component that we're entitled to, but if you just give us the however many units they are
the more,
talking
I
about.
think
Okay.
the more you write into the code, well, go ahead.
So I think
It's
that's,
impossible to
a
know.
distinction. Janice wants to keep it loose, right? I get the sense that you want to
I
keep
don't know how
it.
to tighten something that I don't know what it is. It is yet.
Yeah, in this
So you
town-
have to create it and then say,
Janice, in this town, that's a formula for disaster, I'm sorry. Because I think you're going to have aggressive developers, once they see they can do a hotel, and then we're going to be left with the burden of making it work in communities that are already overburdened, roads that are overburdened.
so do you,
So
would
let me-
not like to support this? Like, I have to get to the end because you have people here.
Yeah.
Tweak it.
So
If-
tell
if
me
a-
what
if
you
a
would
Yeah,
like.
motel is
tighten
granted
it,
on a
tighten it.
parcel, if a motel is granted on a parcel, any additional uses on that parcel shall be accessory to the motel. So they can't come in and say, I've got the 4 other uses on the highway business zone, and here's the code. all other accessory uses shall be
Should be-
accessory to the motel.
Should, yeah, it's specified.
So
The gift shop, the restaurant,
somebody could argue that's some kind of taking, but I guess not if that's what they're
No.
agreeing to.
how's it a
No,
taking?
because if
Because
they're,
if they have the right to, let's say, and the parcel's big enough to have 4 primary uses, and one of those primary uses, let's say it's this 20-acre gigantic property, and
Do
one of
you
those
have that here?
uses,
Are
they
the- are these
wanted.
parcels
No,
20
well, you
acre?
want to talk about hypothetical, right? So I'm in hypothetical. If
No,
you
no.
want to talk about that, those are ones that we're talking
and
about.
what's the biggest size of these lots?
I don't know, I don't remember.
Yeah, I'd
But in
have to
theory,
look
you
up.
could buy 3 lots and merge them.
How many lots,
Strawberry Field lots.
how many lots have you laid out on this map for hotel possibility? How many lots have you laid out?
I think it's like 11.
What do you mean lots have we laid out?
Are
You've
there
got
individual
11.
lots
What
within
we do
a,
is do a GIS search on lots that are 2 acres or greater in highway business. That's all that map
that's all
shows.
this
That's
is?
all that
So
is.
that's
Lots that are 2 acres or less?
And they may already be.
Greater, not less.
And they may currently be developed.
If they-
Yes. Anything that's
In
2
the
acres
existing
or
zone,
greater.
so highway
In highway
business,
business, just to
right.
get a sense of what are we talking about here.
Okay, so I come in for a lot here in one of these units, and I want to put up a hotel, and I meet the requirements. And yet everything around me is unrelated, in a sense, to hotel use.
But it's highway business.
So the way you're,
Yeah.
it's just like, you wouldn't have these uses in, like, office use is one of those primary uses you could have, but there's office related to the hotel. So we would count that. It counts.
Do you get the sense that developers will come in and buy several of these?
No, but again, it's still capped at 65, right?
What?
Still gonna be capped at 65 total units. So even if they bought 20 acres, the hotel could only be 65.
I have issue with the 65,
Okay,
really. And
what
if it
would
comes,
your
if it comes from
preferred
a
number be?
universal formula,
I was gonna say, is
Or-
there any value to putting something in there, maximum of 10 units per acre? And I'm just throwing that number out there.
right, so it would be
but-
20 for a
That's what we
2 acre
have
lot.
now that's not working.
Who says it's not working?
You have 1 per 11,000 in the code today, and it doesn't work. And
1
that
per
is why.
11,000,
That's
but he
4 per
just
acre.
said,
4 per acre, you're saying 10 per
I
acre.
just threw 10 out
It's
there. It
not
could be
gonna work.
5, it could be 20, I'm just saying, should
10
there
out
be?
per acre.
This is not apartments or housing, this
No.
is a hotel room inside a
But there are
structure.
lots of boutique hotels that are 10 rooms, 12 rooms.
And they are thousands of dollars, so then this purpose of this is to create like hotels for the average person or family,
Well-
not necessarily the 10-room boutique, $1,000 a night Rose Hopping.
But Janice, those are the Marriotts, the Hyatts, those are the people who can, because of numbers, scale, charge less. But do we want that? Do we want Hyatts and Marriotts?
They have these, the Indigo people who want to do the Boardy Barn, want to do some kind of, they have like, it's called like tapestry collection where you can do one that is befitting to the context of an area. So they're sort of like,
All the chains have
they
boutique.
don't
like
have a
boutique
franchise
brands,
formula.
right.
They let you design it in a way that makes
There's
sense.
certainly value for, hotel accommodations that are less than $1,000 a night.
And remember,
There's no
it's
question
a
people would like
maximum of
that.
65.
What do
They
you
can
use as a
propose
standard again?
less.
I mean,
We
I think
can
I'm
propose
comfortable with your
less.
standard. What did you get the 65 from again?
The industry standard for hotel classifications themselves. So it's 16 to 75 actually is what is their consideration for small. And then it goes from 75 to, I think, something, maybe 150, I can't remember exactly, is medium, and then they have large. So like they themselves, their own industry has like a classification and like the same thing that gives you like the 5-star ratings and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
They determine the size class you're in
Right.
when they go to rate your hotel for.
And why did you pick 65?
It was less than 75. I know the Boardy Barn wants to do 62 or something, so it was like, I'm gonna say 40 and they want to do 60 and then it didn't do
Oh,
anything, and
how
we're
many-
not getting that.
Driving it. I mean, the Bordy-Bond application seems to be driving the regulations here.
People said they wanted it. We can just do it just for Bordy Barn and then be accused of spot zoning. We
look-
can do a proliferation across the town for everything, or we can create a category that someone can avail themselves to and you can negotiate.
I don't think we're opposed to that. I don't think we're opposed to creating a special overlay district for a hotel. I think what we're looking at here is mass, scale, more definition in this legislation.
So it says buildings shall be architecturally compatible in terms of scale, proportion, and style related to community character, objectives, and context in which the project is located.
We're always fighting corporate design, right? Look how many years we fought McDonald's before we made some inroads. So if you get people in here like Indigo, like Marriott, like Hyatt, like whatever,
So
do you
are
think
they
that gives
limited
us-
to 2 stories still, across the town? We're not gonna see a 4 or 5 story hotel?
Janice, what about starting with like a lower
A
amount
lower
of
number,
50,
or
and then
40.
grant them the extra 15 through some sort of special, if they meet certain, site guidelines, maybe it could be lot size, it could be proximity to a signalized intersection. So start with a lower number and grant the additional
incentivize.
density based on site performance or some sort of metric.
It goes back to the PDD, right?
Well,
The
no.
special privilege that
Yeah.
if they gave something back to the community,
So
right?
start it with a lower number and then tell us why you should get that additional.
And do you think the language gives us enough teeth to turn
That way
down
we're
like a
not closing the
five-story
door.
hotel?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. You think that language is enough to give us a,
Well, that's not, I think
That's
that
important
five-story
because-
can't exist, period.
okay.
So restrict to only 40 units and incentivize a bonus
40 or 50?
up to,
40.
which one?
40, okay. Sorry. I meant 40.
Big difference.
That incorporates community benefits, right?
Some performance, or
Otherwise, known as a
performance standard.
AKA
Performance standard
BRIB.
How
based
big
on
is the Bordy Barn?
You know,
lot
the
size,
idea,
proximity.
well, I would, again, it wouldn't hurt to throw in some community benefits if it's
So that's
necessary.
30 units an
So,
acre.
because, you're coming to put a bigger
Gotta
development
look at it.
and affect something else, they should be able to do some
Maybe they'll
offsite.
say, we
offsite
don't want a restaurant, give us the additional rooms.
They still have the health department to go to as well.
Well, they have the
Don't
flow,
forget.
but we'll relinquish our restaurant, we'd like additional, some
Is
sort
that a
of.
community benefit? I would think that's
Well, I'm
less
not
of a
sure we
community
would say a
benefit.
community-
No, we're saying
Go
there
there.
should be some community benefit. We haven't defined it, but there should be some.
Or performance standard.
Well,
Based
the
on- well, the
performance
community
standards would
should-
be set by the change of the landing of the zone.
Well, it
Right.
might
They
Yeah,
be,
but
would
it's
set
pretty
some.
loosey
Okay, here's the
goosey.
comment I have. Restrict to only 40 units and incentivize a bonus up to 65 that incorporates community benefits or performance
We
standards.
said that?
good, that's good.
Up to
I like that.
65?
That's what I heard you say.
Yeah.
I didn't say
That,
65.
that goes to Janice's, to the original
I think
number.
that-
Right, but that original formula that
But
she
we
used.
started low,
You start at 40 and you can go maximum of 65 based
right,
on everything.
based on,
I don't know that I like that. I mean, because I think the 65 number that you got, which was not the 75 number, is like, it's like a traffic study, you know? We know that that road carries X, Y, Z. Well, but we're not that road. We're small. I mean, we are a small landmass. I worry about it all the time when I see houses going up and there's no road repair or it has to be integrated into the community, is what I'm trying to say.
yeah, and that would be a performance standard. In other words, if you don't give them something, we're gonna get this thing foisted on us.
Yes, of course
Have
we are.
performance standard, that's a good point. Integrate into the community, whatever standards, and we've got talented staff
Mm-hmm.
who can develop it, and maybe we incorporate it into some sort of special exception standard. I don't know, I mean, just,
I think there should be a
free roam,
special
yeah.
exception standard.
But
Call
at
it
least that
call it
language-
something else. Don't call it a special exception. Call it
These
standards.
are the standards. They're called development standards. They're right
Development
here in the law.
standards, right.
Yeah.
So we have the maximum number of rooms, the requirements, you can't have units in an attic, basement, or cellar, transition yards, design, storage, covenants, ADA compliance, vehicular, roadway, and access issues, no transient or, use like in terms of residential, you can't, you
Yeah,
know,
can't
convert to a
convert.
any kind of apartment.
Can it incorporate workforce housing or no?
No, definitely not.
Workforce housing.
That is not for this.
Janice,
And
is there something in there that refers to retrofitting? Because I can see developers buying a property and say, we're gonna retrofit it, we're gonna turn it into a hotel. Then what?
there was something.
Is there something in there?
Where was that part about?
That might be a benefit, though.
Is that a bad thing?
That could be a
Yeah, that
benefit.
might be a
It's
benefit.
historic building.
I think that you.
There was, there was something about,
Lennon.
find it on the spot, but there was something about like adaptive reuse is encouraged. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I think that's
Maybe pull it out as a special thing, Janice.
As a comment, adaptive reuse. Okay. Any other
And
comments?
just to be clear, Janice, the overlay is gonna be strictly these X number of properties that are currently shown here, that's 2 acres or more, not necessarily the entire HBZ.
Right, they
So
have to be
to-
2 acres or
So one
greater.
of the concerns, not concern, comments was that if somebody buys 3 lots to make it 2 acres, that's not currently in this overlay district, they would then have to apply, they can't do that.
No, they can't. They're locked into these.
No, these are not the district landed. These are just parcels in HB that are
That's what
greater
I'm
than
getting
2
at. So-
acres, so it
So
is
if you
possible
have,
to.
if you have 3 lots in an
This is
HB that's
known
not one of
parcels
these,
today.
they can't really consolidate them.
You, theoretically, you can. I'm not gonna say that you can't, but they may have uses on there already, they may not want to.
No, no.
But you could always, as you know, merge lots, subdivide
what I'm
lots,
saying, you did-
reconfigure lots. I mean, that's just a part
They
of,
did that too. Those lots that were previously less than 2 acres each will not really be in this overlay because they're,
you're not in, the overlay isn't being landed. That's the whole like part that I feel like is getting missed. The overlay exists in the code, and until they land it, it's never on the map. This mapping exercise is just to give you a sense of how many, but none of this is mapped now. None of it at all.
Because it's not going to be.
Until the town board lands a zone, because there's an application, because they want to, and everybody else thinks it's a good
This is the
idea.
This would help someone who might want to consider doing something in the town. You hand them this map and you say, you've got to
Or you
find
might-
This
something.
map is just for our own secra assessment to say this
You're
is a
right,
level
that
playing
was- that
field, this
was
just makes sense,
maybe
you
not
know.
fully understood.
It's not being landed now. These are not new zoning areas. They're not anything. All it is a tool in the town board's toolbox that if something comes along and they love it, they can land it. If something comes along and they hate it, they can say, no, thank you.
Can they do, if this starts to go haywire, can the town board undo it?
They don't even have to say yes. They don't have to even say
They don't
yes.
have-
It's
they-
hard
It's
to
easy
not
to
say yes
repeal.
without a
if you
lawsuit
wanted to.
being
I was just gonna
waved in
say,
your
you know, it's easy
face.
to say that
You don't
you can
even
say
need a
yes.
moratorium because it's not an as of right activity. It's a zone change. It's a very much discretionary act.
So each one becomes a zone change?
Yes.
The zone change application, yes.
Yeah, it's handled as a zone change because you're landing and and the law requires us to do it that way.
And if we have several applications very in close proximity to each other, they can be looked at, and since it's discretionary, but there is a logical reason to say that we really can't do two, because of traffic, as an example, that two are feasible, is it, that it would be applicant 1 and 2, time-wise, so the third is you just out of luck?
Everything sort of happens, nobody submits an application at the same time on the same day ever. Like I've not, unless you own the property. So it's very rare that it's gonna be like neck and neck, and who's gonna get it and who's not. But it
But I'm
could
just
be
saying-
somebody on the west side of town, and it could be somebody on the east side of
But
town,
I'm-
and there should be no conflict there.
I guess what I'm just saying from a legal standpoint, if there are 3 applications in reasonable close proximity, and the town board feels that is overdevelopment because of traffic, they could say, we cannot we'll,
They would elect to not consider.
yeah,
That's their
and
answer.
that's
That's just,
justifiable.
they may have one in the hopper that's being
Yeah.
reviewed and everybody's talking about. And then someone else comes in and it's 2 feet away. They could be like, we're already looking at this one. We're gonna elect to not consider that because we're doing this.
I'm just,
And
and
that is
that's,
true. They can
that's
do that.
defensible decision.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah,
all I'm saying.
and that's why this is
Okay.
written all in that way.
So let me just, from what we've talked about, each of these applications is a change of zone. That's an expensive process. It's a very expensive process and attractive to the deeper pockets of a larger developer, like the bigger hotel chains. And I see that happening. Already, this community, Southampton, a lot of the old timers are gone, and people from out of town who are corporations are coming, with deep pockets, are coming in, buying up restaurants, establishing retail, and it's just a suggestion based on what we see happening now, and I think that we're not blind to it. I think we all live here, we all see the change. It's an unfortunate change because you talk about community character, the local community character is being eliminated by bigger money. And I'm just saying that a change of zone is costly. I don't know if you've ever done a cost analysis of it, but I'm sure it's
Yeah.
thousands and thousands of dollars, and that's going to attract the bigger developer.
The small guy can still come in under your special exception standards if they can't build a big hotel because they don't have the means, the mom and pop.
But he'd have to go through a change, no?
Well, only if it's
We
more
don't
than
ha-
16, if they can do less, the special exception standards still exist.
Right, but
So
we're
you're
not gonna
not?
put it in highway business, though, I mean, because the code says no hotel in highway business, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
There
they're
are
not.
other opportunities elsewhere.
Yeah,
in
there's
the
other
town.
places they can
I
go.
understand that, but what I'm saying
I
is
mean,
that
we
when you
don't-
tell someone that they have to go through a change of zone, and they will, I think there are gonna be several applications for this already.
We have to tell them to go through change of zone, like that's what the case
Well,
law
that's
says.
it, because.
It's required for a
Because
floating
we've
zone.
restricted it, yeah.
So a floating zone requires like a zone change procedure to
Yeah,
land it,
I
and
get
that's
it.
just the way it is, and we can't do anything about
Yeah.
that. I think it's just as expensive potentially to go through just the planning board process, or going through a ZBA and then planning board process.
You got two boards here, so I think it's expensive.
It is expensive, but certainly it's just, everything's expensive, and it's hard for us to start picking and
We're not gonna
choosing
be
who
able to
can make
legislate.
application.
As much as we'd like to, we're not gonna be able to legislate out national chains or big, deep-pocketed applicants.
Yeah, and we're just so close to the money in this New York City that we're just, aside from the fact that it's a beautiful place, our proximity is close, that people want to be here and they have the money to make it work, even if they have to go around anything we try to legislate.
Okay, so
Any additional thoughts?
just to summarize, what I have is the first two whereases I was gonna keep, whereas the legislation is designed to enhance the resort and tourist economy, blah, blah, blah. And then based on the comments, it says, whereas the maximum number of units, whereas the planning board recommends the maximum number of units be limited to 40 units. However, the applicant can,
I have all the language here.
we can incentivize a bonus of up to 65 units provided that the applicant provides community benefits. And then whereas adaptive
I think
reuse
she
of the
had
existing.
another,
Let me just, I'm sorry, let me take it
Well,
from.
we'll strengthen.
Can we
Yeah,
see it
it's
before we
mentioned
vote on
development
it?
standards.
Yeah,
Can
we
you
have
just
time, we type it up.
and- Yeah, and.
But these are the just
Yeah,
checkbox quick, not whereas, that you said the current SE standards you'd like to refine, and they need refinement, they're still weak. You were talking about the catering hall not being a permitted accessory use. You agree that adaptive reuse is a good thing for historic structures. All other uses on a parcel should be restricted, primary uses.
Yeah.
Restrict, like she was just, Teresa was just saying, the 40 to 65 would be an incentivized, performance-based.
right.
And anything designed has to be well integrated into the community.
Yeah.
Should they be considering some kind of a marker of number of units per acre?
Oh, yes.
If they do if they have 6 acres, then 60 units is not so bad.
We tried that, when we tried so many square feet per, so many units per square feet or something like that.
Something.
And it really is arbitrary, like, we can't,
Yeah.
Well, have you seen the plan for Indigo already? You must have seen it.
yes, they brought it to the town board and you, I
Yeah,
think,
it
and
was,
the
it was in
community.
Newsday.
Yeah.
We haven't seen it.
So it's 60 units on 2.5
It's not
acres?
even, you know, that's just their like concepts. We need to really look at that.
We haven't seen it at all.
Yeah.
All right.
And could you explain why the minimum is 16? Why don't you allow a 10-unit operation to open up in the highway business district?
I don't know. I just took their standard, like an
Well,
industry
let's-
standard.
let's make our own
Published
standards.
standard. You wanna just make up a standard, which is.
Make up our standard as to what we
That might
think, like
encourage the
Tom
smaller
said,
groups.
10 units per acre.
No, so that's your final comment, don't limit it, don't have a lower end, lower end, it should go from 0 to.
It might
Oh,
encourage,
one.
right, a 12-unit operation to open up a small one, which is
One
fine.
unit motel.
1-unit motel would be
Also
good.
known as a house.
Towns in California that have
Airbnb.
really nice
House in July.
12-room boutique hotels, they're fabulous.
A house would go with a 1-room hotel. Yeah.
Many of the houses being built right now are hotels.
Our hotels, that's true.
True.
They all
That
have
is true.
separate bathrooms and from their, and bedrooms and.
When's the meeting in January?
Nicknamed the ones at Meadow Lane.
That's fine. Yeah, we'll have a tea to vote on for January, the first meeting in
Okay,
January.
great. And if we have any other ideas, we can let you know
Yeah, sure, of course.
when our emails work again.
Sorry it takes so much time.
No, it was important to talk about because
Absolutely,
it's,
we wanna get it right, so it's
we want to get it right.
Incredibly helpful.
good.
Yeah.
Thank
Good.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Janice.
Thanks,
Teresa, you want to go into Norris Lane Meadow?
Yes, please, if we could, my items first, North Lane Meadow. I handed out, I think, the resolution for North Lane,
Still in
did I
work
not?
session?
No,
Oh, sorry, closing work session, back in regular session.
it was in the packet.
You handed out
You
the
did
Norris
not
Lane.
hand out.
Yes.
Number 11 is off the agenda. And,
After this one, can we get
And,
her
um,
to just try us the East Drive?
and number 4 is off the agenda.
After this one, can we do, Sarah and the East Drive, East explanation,
And the,
East Drive?
East
The
Drive.
new minute track, the new minute.
we scheduled it at 4. Did they not tell you?
No, that was your emails.
Okay,
That was at 4. This is East Drive. But after this one.
do you have any other time? Can we push you off to
East
4?
Drive is starting today.
I know that, but I've got applications that I want to get through. Can you come back? Just tell me. If you can't, fine.
Unfortunately, I can't because I actually am clocking out at 3:30, so I will be over my time.
Okay. Go on, so let's speed it up.
So, this is 173 Norris Lane. It's a final subdivision. It's been renamed to Norris Lane Meadow. We had a public hearing on October 23rd with a 10-day written comment period. We had a pre-app, and it says the planning board adopted the pre-app on March 27th, 2025. The health department gave approval in June 2025. The final subdivision map prepared by Jeffrey Harder, dated last revised September 10th, 2025, has 2 lots in excess of 40,000 square feet in a R40 zoning district. It's a type 2 action pursuant to SECRA. And then we received referral comments from the town engineer requesting a 3-inch drainage rainfall accommodation, a covenant, and
I feel like I have 5 copies of this. I thought they were different.
and then
No, to go down.
Conservation Board also provided comments supportive of the large trees being planted along the streetscape, and endorsing the use of pervious materials for driveway construction. Fire prevention also had some minor recommendations generally consistent with fire code and driveway standards. We received a memo from Trail saying that it found no trail implications. The fire district did not have any concerns. The health department had various comments, mainly that they had granted approval in June of 2025. And then, so the, be it resolved is the final map entitled Norris Lane Meadow, prepared by Jeffrey W. Harder, dated last revised August 16th. Oh, that's wrong, I'll have to correct that, I'm sorry. That date is incorrect, I'll have to fix that. Is hereby approved, subject to the following conditions. And the conditions are revisions to the subdivision map for demonstrating compliance with the engineering memo, showing the postal delivery house numbers for each lot as obtained from the assessor's office, compliance with the requirements of the town engineer prior to final signature, letter of acknowledgement of receipt from subdivision regulations with respect to inspection of drainage construction. There does say common driveway, that needs to come out, to be signed by the property owner. Submission of declarations and covenants for no further subdivision, no lot line modifications without planning board, underground utilities on both lots, no new utility poles for overhead lots, 3-inch drainage, retention of stormwater on site, and compliance with the Office of Fire Prevention. Also, because it is a 2-lot subdivision, we are recommending that a park fee be paid prior to signature of the map with $2,500. Submission of mortgage consent approval from the town attorney's office prior to filing of legal documents, and then the Mylars.
Am I missing the mark about that additional driveway, or am I in a different application?
That was the plan before us did have 4 driveways. 2 on lot 1, which is the lot that is currently under construction. I'm sorry, 3 curb cuts on lot 1. There's the circular drive, and then
Originally had 5, 3 and
originally you
2.
had 5, yes,
Right.
and
Now we're down to 3.
now you're down to 4.
You have 4.
3, the circular drive on lot
Oh, yes,
1,
yes.
the secondary driveway to the accessory building, and then a single driveway on proposed lot 2.
Yes, yes.
And that's a single driveway, that's an access driveway.
Yes, correct. It's not a circular driveway, it's just one single
We
driveway.
had some issue with it going to this basketball court or sports building, which we felt was totally unnecessary, particularly on that road, which is narrow. Norris Lane is a narrow road, it's not even a collector road. And so I still think that's an issue. I don't know why we didn't resolve this, right?
Okay, so the question is then, under the revisions to the subdivision map, do we need to have one of the driveways entrances on lot 1 eliminated?
It's lot 1 that has the 3.
That is correct.
Yes, I mean, I feel that way. Certainly, it's excessive.
That's the one that has the road goes to the accessory building.
Correct.
Yeah, we talked about getting rid of it,
Yeah,
just having
and
it
we
come off
did.
the
Okay,
circular.
Yeah, and I know you
Because
were,
I
you
didn't,
were giving
I
pushback,
during the
but
public
I
hearing,
don't,
it
we
didn't
did not
sound that
resolve
like
it.
a decision had been
I
made,
thought
that's
that
why.
had been resolved, I guess not.
It should come off the circular driveway, inside the property,
Yeah.
not onto the road. It should be easy enough to do that.
I just drove by there a couple days ago, and it's, you got that curve, you've narrow.
The issue is that if they had permits, I don't know where he is in the construction of the.
I haven't been out there in a while, so I
You can
don't know.
construct the building, but you just get to it
The
at different,
Driveways are constructed, I believe. That's the issue, because they have building permits for that lot.
well, how could they build it without an approved site plan?
Because
It's a residential construction.
lot. They didn't,
They were
they're not
doing
building on
construction
lot
prior to
2.
submission of
Well, let us
subdivision.
know, because it's, we can't put it down as a legal access road if it's not.
Okay, so, I mean, you do make people move accessory structures or demolish accessory structures when doing a subdivision, so the question is that what you want them to do, is to
No,
eliminate?
they can build the
to
building,
elim-
it's the
I'm not
access.
saying the building, I'm saying to eliminate the driveway to the accessory
That's what we
building.
had agreed to.
Okay, again,
Yeah.
it wasn't quite clear on the
So
public.
Okay,
what
so
I
we're
would
clear now.
If, I would suggest is you make the, if you would adopt a resolution with that additional condition, I will talk to my clients. If it's an issue, we can appeal to come back and amend.
I believe that is permitted, right?
I can't think of anything that would not permit it.
Okay.
Okay,
So let's do it that way, just so that if, in the circumstance that my client's fine with it, which he may very well be, we hadn't discussed it because I think everyone thought it was settled
Yeah,
in their favor
I
for
thought,
some
I
reason.
thought you were not happy, but you were going back to your
Okay,
client.
so,
Hopefully,
I will, what I would suggest is we approve it, you approve it with the condition you'd like. If he has an issue, I will seek to redress it. If not, then it's approved.
Okay,
So in this case, you're getting the circular driveway on lot 1 and a single driveway on lot 2.
So it will go from 5 originally to 3.
Right, so, right, that's what I'm saying, you'll have a circular driveway on lot 1.
Okay.
And then if they want to do, they can take access of the circular driveway to the accessory structure.
Yes. And perhaps it makes sense that one of the horseshoes actually goes back and meets like that. That might make more sense.
yeah, however you, I'm sure you can do it.
Plan?
It's in the subdivision file, I don't have it up.
Pull it up.
Oh, I have the,
Do you
the
mind?
site, yeah.
Yeah, show the board so they know what they're seeing. Is it 763 North?
Yes, I think,
North Lane.
yeah, 173 Norris is what it's technically under, I have to rename it because it's officially gonna be Norris Lane Meadow.
So this was the original, and you could see it had
You
one,
want to
two.
hold it up?
There were 5 curb cuts, 3 on lot 1 and 2 on lot 2. The proposal that we understood was being approved, but there was clearly a misunderstanding as to everyone, was one curb cut on lot 2 and these 3 remaining on lot 1. And I think now with the amendment is we'll have to figure out what makes most sense for access back here. And this will be reduced to 2 and 1 on
Right, so 3 altogether.
3 altogether.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think what happened is originally during the pre-app stage, we were like, definitely not 2 on lot 2, but we have to talk about lot 1 when we come back.
Okay,
we
And
did.
then-
So
And then
we
we
did.
did, but it wasn't quite clear what the resolution was.
Okay, so now it's clear, so I have to have a motion to adopt, motion by Dennis, second by Tom, all in favor, opposed, abstentions,
Everything today.
6 in favor, 1 absent. How long?
Was it unanimous? Are you
Yes.
unanimous in your opinion of that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just want to
Yes.
Do
convey.
you want me to revote it, Carl?
No,
Why would you question it?
no, that everyone wanted the reduction in.
Why would you question it? We had a conversation and we had a vote.
He wants to tell his applicant. that it's
Unanimous, but one
unanimous.
person is absent,
Yes, that's right.
okay?
She would have voted the same way.
That's unanimous.
So that's you.
Yes, it is.
Okay, all right, good to know.
thanks, Carl.
Okay.
Claire? Sorry, what?
Did you sign on here?
Yeah, I did, because
Someone else signed on here before?
it was,
you.
Anthony.
I have it, I have it.
How long is this gonna take, Kristen?
Oh, you wanna just go to East Front?
Yeah, it's just an overview.
Oh, I don't think you, okay. Good luck.
I hear
Didn't want
that, I hear that
this
sigh coming from.
This is the dates for next year, I don't think you care.
Shoot the messenger.
The dates for next year that we're gonna adopt today.
Zing!
I'm gonna
Maybe he
sit,
cares.
I'm gonna sit in the audience.
You know what, take it, I don't think I do, but just to make sure,
Those are
thank
the
you.
dates, we'll adopt it at the end of the month.
Dumping us,
Yeah.
Wait, really went, got as far as October.
dump E.
Okay, you're on.
Hello, my name is Tara Cody. Some of you know me. Thank you for allowing me to speak to you today. We typically use a program called Minute Track to do our agendas and minutes for every board. That program is about 20 years old now. It's no longer being supported. So we're moving to a new software suite for our agendas and minutes management. Typically, the board would get an email from Kristen that would allow them to see their agenda for the meeting that's coming up. Now we're moving to a new system. You will receive an email. Obviously, you haven't been able to get those emails. My apologies, and thank you for your patience. But you will be accessing your agendas and minutes through a new portal and dashboard. And I just wanted to try and familiarize you with that today. And it'll only take a moment, and you can always reach out to myself or Kristen afterwards if you have any questions. Thank you. So here, if you look at the above, you have your meeting. Once you're logged in with your accounts, you'll be able to view this entire dashboard. This is different than what the public will see because this is your own private board dashboard.
Is that on here somewhere? Because I can't read that with or without my
My
glasses.
apologies. No worries. That is on page 4 of 5.
So we have to create a new username and password for this.
So I'm going to create your account. Your username is going to be your email address, but yes, you will have to create a new password for it.
Individual passwords, can we create one for the entire board?
Individual passwords, please.
Is this the same password as we use for email, or does it have to be something different?
No, you can use your email password if you're more comfortable with that, absolutely.
Yeah, I use the same.
Okay.
How often will we have to change this password?
For this one, you don't.
Okay.
Unless you forget it and you get logged out, then you will have to change it.
So
That won't ever happen.
that step is outlined here.
That step, in order to log on, is on the first few pages.
Create the
I skipped a,
username and password.
right, I skipped ahead a bit, I'm sorry.
Okay.
But you won't receive these emails. I didn't want to send the emails out while you still did not have access to your emails.
Right.
So I'm going to give it today, and I should send those emails out tomorrow, okay? So you should expect them tomorrow. As long as, did everybody get logged into their emails?
No, none of us have.
None of us have. We have a date at 4 o'clock.
Okay. So I will check back with IT to make sure you guys are all on.
I won't
before
be on
send
until
those
next
out.
week, she told me. I'm at the end, I won't get on until next week, so it doesn't matter
Not on
though,
until next week either.
right?
Okay.
So it just, at the time I get on, that's when I can do this.
Right, I just didn't
And there's no
want,
rush, obviously,
Yeah.
there's no meeting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I didn't want it to get buried. So,
all fine.
okay.
Great.
Thank you. So if you see here, you have two different types of agendas. You have a plain agenda that will only have the titles for the agenda items, and then you have a full package, which is what you all use as your board agenda. Now, that agenda, it's not open to the public, which is why we have this dashboard that you're going to interact with, so that you all will be able to see all of the attachments, the site plans, the surveys, and so on and so forth. If we click open. These can be relatively large, but as you can see, we do have a new cover page for the planning board, for all of the boards, actually. This is our new cover page. And this is what the agenda will look like, its body.
We got this week.
Oh, okay, and you were able to click on your
No,
attachments?
well, it was sent via
Oh, you were
PDF,
PDF,
through a
okay.
PDF, so it looked like this, but it's not the new process.
So this will be on your, and also too, this, it has this nifty little bookmarks area too, so you can click on a bookmark and it'll take you directly to that agenda item within this PDF. So we're looking at a PDF right now. The other thing I wanted to show you as well was what the public will see. So the public is going to be able, they won't be accessing it through this portal just yet. We won't have the real portal set up until we go live with the town board. But they are going to be able to interact with the few boards that go live before the town board in the old portal. So if they go here, they'll be able to click on each individual video link, and that will send them to an interactive dashboard.
Great. That's like the
It's good.
some of these town clerk website where you would see all the agendas and you could click on
Yes,
the full agenda and then the
absolutely.
the video.
One of the wonderful things that we now are going to be able to have is we're going to be able to have HD video. So if I click the meeting video right now, of course, you're going to see my screen because that's what Kevin's showing. But if I expand it, you can see it's HD. It's a really nice, beautiful, clear screen. It's phenomenal. I love it, as you can see.
Great.
One of the things that I do want to also highlight is once Kristen has been done and finished with her minutes, once she's recorded all of the votes, what the public will be able to do is go to this interactive website and be able to click on each individual item and be able to download any attachments, that the planning staff chooses to publish would be their adopted reports, only the adopted reports, nothing in draft. But we also have the ability to timestamp. So if you have an applicant that's only interested in their application, they can click on their application title and go directly to that in the video. So that's another improvement.
Nice.
Any questions?
Yes, on the beginning of my page, I'm reading, step 1, upon creation of your account, an email will be sent. How is that account created?
That's what I'm going to do.
Oh,
But
you're
I
gonna
did-
create it now?
Right, I didn't want to do that while you didn't have access to your emails.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you're gonna do that now?
well, you
No,
said
as
you're
soon as
going next
We
week,
don't have access
right?
to our emails.
I'm still on my email till next week, yes.
Oh, okay, great. So then, yes, I can do you. I was going to go upstairs and get a list from IT to see who was being moved when.
Okay, so we're gonna get that now,
Yes.
gotcha.
Okay, any other questions?
That's it, Carrie?
So we'll be able to see, we won't be getting an agenda package anymore by email. We can see the agenda directly from this.
In
Yeah.
Yes,
Once we have
which is-
access to the site, we'll be
which
able
will
to
be-
scroll
which will be
around
much
and
better.
learn it.
Before, we'll be able to
Yeah.
get the packet and the agenda.
See a real,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, which will be much better than having a 26 megabyte file.
Thank you.
Yes, no more giant files.
So it'll be sent through eScribe, the link.
Right.
I'll send
It'll
you.
tell us it's now available.
Access it.
it'll be an email to your
Right.
email, it'll say it's published, and then you'll know it's ready.
We'll know what to go on eScribe.
If you see
It's
on,
eScribe instead of Outlook, it's just they switched it.
but yes.
Is it a link in your email, or do we have to go to an eScribe application?
So it's a link in your email. So you're going to get an email notification from eScribe that says, a meeting is now available for you to view.
So it's just click on, no different than clicking on a PDF or,
Right, except it's just going
Just
to
that's
go
diff-
to this web interface
Yeah,
instead of a
okay.
PDF.
Yeah,
So instead of
yeah.
the attached agendas,
Yep,
it will be
good.
that.
yeah. Okay, thanks very much.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks, Tara.
Thank you.
Do we follow, what's next, are you coming back, or?
No.
Someone's coming at 4 o'clock. She's
Oh,
just the
okay.
E-Track.
It's the eScribe one, and
Like,
then,
don't go.
but we'll touch base with you, probably the first week of January. Make sure you all have it, you can all open it, that's when we'll send it, obviously.
I'm away until the 18th of January after Christmas, so.
And we were not gonna
What
be
happened
here
to-
for the 8th.
Dear Kristen,
Okay.
please
I
download
know.
agenda and send it to my email. At least through May.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Tara.
I'm moving on, and I want to take Teresa's applications. She has to leave, so let's go to 8.
Yes, just for reference also, 14 and 15 are off the agenda. That's Hanger Charlie, they didn't get me the revised plans, so.
14 and 15 are off, as well as 11 is off, and 4 is off. Okay,
Half-bit.
so 8, deemed pre-application complete, 28 Bay Avenue.
Right.
18?
Are you 28 Bay Avenue?
Yeah, 28 Bay.
Yeah, come on up.
Awesome, thank you.
All right,
This is for completion
yes,
and setting a public hearing.
yes. Oh,
Wait,
Complete?
And I have it incomplete.
Yeah. All right, so let's
18?
just go through these briefly, Teresa, the completions,
Okay,
okay?
so the subject premises is a two-lot subdivision in Hampton Bays. It's going to be a type 2 action pursuant to SECRA. The application is in an archaeological sensitive area, and I had reached out to the agent for the applicant to get them started on that process, and they actually turned that portion in. We are recommending that it be deemed incomplete for a couple of survey revisions, specifically the location of the existing utilities, and then some spot elevations. The reason why I'm asking for that is they're proposing a flag strip, and I want to make sure that the existing utilities are not under the driveway that is being proposed. And if it is, if we need to develop covenants, I just want to get that all out in the open so that we can proceed and streamline the process for them through the final.
So our action then is to deem it incomplete.
Deem it
My
incomplete.
recommendation.
Okay.
I believe Kieran was gonna be on the agenda.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, okay, perfect.
hello, board. My
Hi,
name,
but
Can I talk or?
Yes, say your name and then go ahead and speak.
Yeah, my name is Vincent Pescatore. I'm the owner of 28 Bay Avenue. My attorney, Karen Murphy, was not able to make it because she has her son's graduation, but she's on the Zoom. She's not able to speak, so I'm gonna attempt to do this. I would like to talk about my application and why I believe it should be deemed complete and hopefully schedule a public hearing. I'm pursuing a small two-lot subdivision to build my mama a house on the back lot. Planner Teresa was nice enough to provide us with a checklist of the items that we have to, comply by. One of them, number one would be the topography, the archaeology report, which I was able to complete and submit. Number two would be the topography. It is a flat lot. I'm happy to, get the surveying company to, do spot elevations for the final hearing. But it is a flat lot. I have the pictures. It could be seen on the, Karen is calling me. I don't know if I can.
Yeah, Mr. Pescatore, it's clear that the planner, Teresa, has gone through the checklist. She's a professional planner and deemed it incomplete. So the way the process works here is that if she deems it incomplete, we'll vote it incomplete. So you can defend your position. They're actually statutory agreements, so whether you think about it or not, if the document is in or not in or missing, it has to be deemed incomplete. If you have all of that stuff, I'm sure it'll be complete by the next application.
Right, Mr. Pescator, our next meeting is January 8th, right? If you can get these revisions into me, I can get you scheduled for to deem it complete on January 8th. We've already scheduled hearings for the first two meetings in January, so the earliest you could get on anyway is February, the first meeting in February. So if you can get it to me by January 8th, we can get you on the first meeting in February, second meeting at the latest if it gets in a little bit later.
Yes,
Okay?
no, and thank you, and I want to respect the process in which this is done. I'm just trying to understand it. It's my first time
Yeah,
doing this.
that's great, but
and
Teresa can explain it to you.
Right.
So like a few of these items here are on the survey. The lot is flat. I submitted the archaeology report.
So can you go over it with him, Teresa?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's mainly the utilities. That was the main
The
concern here.
utilities are shown on the survey here.
It was
also.
not. The location of the existing septic system is not shown, the location of the water lines, you just showed.
Septic system.
That, I didn't get that. I don't
here,
have that.
And the electric and,
That document that you have right there, I don't have that.
all of this is on GIS. I printed a copy
Right,
for
but
you.
it needs to be part of the file. And again, if you get it to me by the first week in January, I can get you on the first meeting in January, and we have your public hearing first meeting in February. It's not gonna make a difference because we don't have public hearings available for January anyway. The first meeting you could possibly get on is February.
We can hold your spot, too.
I can pencil you in. I can ask Kristen to pencil you in for that first meeting in February, if you can give me those documents. But we need to have it from our file, for our
Okay.
record.
So
So you could pencil
this-
me in for the meeting on January,
Oh, that's
and I can provide you this with this
You'll
items.
be on January 8th, and we can pencil you in for the February meeting.
Okay?
Public hearing.
And this streamlines the process for you when you go to the health department to get your approval, and when you come in for final subdivision. It's just to make things easier for you at the end. Okay?
Because that's
Okay,
like
so
one of the
I'm going to-
questions.
Excuse me, I'm going to take a vote to deem the application incomplete. Motion by Dennis, second by Tom, all in favor, opposed, abstentions. 6 in favor, 1 absent. Are you ready to go on to 9, Teresa?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Pescatore.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so this first resolution for this item is Huffnagel. Now, if you may recall, this was a funny little subdivision. It came in initially as a 2-lot subdivision, and then they went to the health department, and the health department was like, wait, this lot line modification we did with this third lot, even though we said you didn't need approval, now you need approval. And so now it's a 3-lot subdivision, so we are.
It's that funny,
Yeah, so it's the funny shaped lot, and then the one that is like the vacant lot next to it.
This one?
Yep.
So the primary lot was subject to a
identify
lot-
yourself, Carl, for the
Carl
record.
Benincasa, 860 Montauk Highway, Watermill, New York. The primary lot that was originally applied for did a lot line modification on its own with the vacant parcel just to the east, northeast. So that, the health department did not have record of that. So if you remember, a few months back, we spoke to you and said, the easiest way to process this, Bob Smith was here, is to basically add that lot to this subdivision, get the lines exactly how they are and intended to be, and then the health department will track the tax map.
One is secret, one is the other.
Right.
Then-
So,
No, one, I think one's the secret and the other's
It
the.
is.
yes.
Okay.
So this first action is to deem the application complete and schedule a public hearing. I believe what did I have on there? I don't have the rest.
What's the February date?
Your resolution says deem it incomplete.
What is wrong
The
with
very
me?
last page, very last result.
Just strike the IN.
Yep.
Wanted to-
Oh, what is wrong with me? It's crazy time for me. I'm so sorry. Yeah, and then that whole resolve needs to be rewritten. I don't know what was wrong with me, but then we would schedule it for a public hearing.
And that date is Feb what, Kristen?
No, I just can't
You just handed out the
And
thing.
I, and
12 or 26?
12 or 26? 12? February 12.
And based on what I saw in the packet, it said it was incomplete.
Yeah,
I'm sorry?
What I saw in the packet was incomplete.
Yeah, no, I don't know what was wrong with me.
Made a
I meant to
slip.
write it as complete.
Okay.
Kristen's saying there's room in January.
22nd.
Okay.
Okay. 122. Okay, so we're going to deem this motion to deem it complete and set the public hearing for January 22. Motion by Dennis, second by George.
yeah, I'm getting Tom's name on everything today.
In relation to that, because this is
I'm only
a
kidding.
type 1 action, because it's an ag overlay district, item number 12 is to coordinate secret with the health department, which is already given approval.
Okay, so 12 is parallel to this.
Yeah, we still have to coordinate.
So motion to coordinate by Gloria and second by David, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, 6 in favor, 1 absent, so we've done that, and we've done that.
Number 9?
That was number 12.
Didn't we do secret with the variance?
Hold on a second, is this a transfer?
No, it's a 2-lot subdivision and reaffirmation of a transfer. Yeah.
You secret first.
Before we deem it complete?
No, that's what the code says.
All right, that's my fault.
Motion to rescind the completeness resolution.
Okay, motion to rescind the completeness resolution. We're not deeming complete, we're coordinating it.
Correct. So this will be withdrawn. I
So number
apologize.
number 9 is withdrawn, number 12 is stands.
Have a public hearing? No, then we're gonna waive your public hearing after you do secret. Short it up.
We've had a public hearing, we've had a hearing on the
Even
variance.
better.
Waive the public hearing if you do secret. Do secret, coordinate, get health department to say you don't wanna be lead agency. Do secret, do the referrals, and then we approve you.
Then we can deem it complete.
Yeah.
Okay,
We can just
And then
approve it.
you.
so wait for the minutes, we've rescinded 9 and the vote.
Sorry.
That's okay.
But number 12 stands.
So rescinding completeness?
Rescinding number 9 for completeness. We have to vote on that.
Need a second.
Motion by Dennis, second by George, all in favor.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, 6 in favor, 1 absent.
We already voted on
We
this.
already voted on 12 for the secret coordination. Okay,
All right.
you're done, you have an extension, Teresa,
I
thank
have,
you.
yes.
Thank you.
297
Happy holidays.
Montauk Highway.
Okay, this is an extension. You got that, Kristen, you have that?
2297 Montauk.
Yeah, so 2297 Montauk Highway, that was the Farrell building that we looked at in the newly created historic district. We did pre-submission conference. The zoning board relinquished lead agency to us for it. The applicant had revised their plans to be a little more consistent with ZBA requirements and the historic district. They had not yet submitted those to us. They did submit it like 2 days ago. So they had granted us an extension to, first of all, receive the application and then review it. So this is an extension on the action to, to act on SECRA.
To 126.
To 126.
Motion?
I have to 122.
Now, excuse me, I can't read my own writing.
122, right?
22, yeah.
So, motion?
I said motion.
Motion by Gloria, second by David, all in favor? Opposed, abstentions, 6 in favor and 1 absent. You're done, Teresa.
Thanks, Teresa.
Pizza. I said we should eat pizza before meeting for all pizza.
Okay, back to number 3.
Farrell property here. So much easier to see on your phone.
Gavin?
As available.
Kevin?
Gavin, you back there?
Farrell that was built already, that
Yeah,
they
no,
moved
this
out
is a new
of,
one.
the new one.
So we're up to number 3, 59 Mariner Drive.
Is this for Bill Hill?
Is Catherine Whitby, or Whitley there? By any chance?
I only see Bill Hill.
Okay, so be it. Yes, so we're looking at 59 Mariner Drive, LI 40. It is the current space for extra space storage. It was formerly known as Southampton Mini Storage, number 2. This came before the planning board for a notice violation when they took it upon themselves to convert the office space inside of the front entrance into additional storage space. It was only 535 square feet interior to the building. So they came to us to rectify that notice of violation. It became apparent that they had violated one of their conditions of approval for Southampton Mini Storage, and that was the rental of some of their required parking spaces. Have gone through with them our town code that says they're not allowed to rent those spaces. And I'm sorry, let me correct myself. The condition of approval was they were not allowed to rent any parking spaces on this site. So in processing this, we have corrected that, made them up to town code by taking 7 parking lot spots that are in addition to the 25 that are required on that site, and allowing them to mark them out as rentable spots for cars and boats and the such. So I did, we did have a public hearing on the matter. I did refer this to the ARB as there was a facade, potentially a facade change going on here. They had their hearing on November 18th, and they were good with that the door will no longer be accessible. This was the front door, mind you, and that the window in the front will be glazed appropriately. And the Architectural Review Board said that was adequate. Fire prevention and the fire district was also informed. They did give me some referral comments, some of the ones that we're used to seeing. I do have I should have passed this out to begin with. Sorry. That's the conditional approval for this site plan modification. So yeah, I can, once you have it in your hands, go through the conditional approval. I think this thing is now up to town code in all respects, and if they are able to meet the recommendations of the fire district and the fire prevention fire marshal, then we should be good.
Can you, I don't think I understood the parking issue.
Sure. So they have 32 parking spaces on the site.
Okay,
They would be required to have 25. That would be 24 for the amount of the square footage of the building, and then the additional employee. They had 32. They were renting willy-nilly. We're not sure. I think I heard there was perhaps 17 of those parking spots were being rented at one point. So I had informed them that they were not allowed by the conditional their approval to rent any, but that town code does allow them to rent some spots as long as they're not the required parking. So the 25 are off limits.
okay.
The 7 additional are now on the site plan.
And
Marked
so-
out.
Okay,
Yeah, so those ones will be evident to whomever's inspecting. Some of the lines would be painted a different color, and they're marked on the site plan.
thank you.
Yep. So you have before you the conditional approval. I did mention as a change to the site plan that the dumpster was not located on their, the site plan they submitted, and that it should be shown. And then we added the general conditions, one of which I just described, which was their ability to rent the 7 spaces above the required 25 parking spaces for overnight storage of cars, trucks, boats, or construction vehicles and equipment. Said parking spots shall have parking lanes painted in a unique color and shall not be visible from the road frontage. All signage is subject to planning board review and approval. HVAC mechanical systems should be screened and located so as not to be visible. The installation of and/or use of dusk to dawn lighting fixtures, whether located on or off premises and used to illuminate the subject parcel, shall not be permitted. No additional lighting on the property without planning board approval. All lighting shall be shielded, and all outdoor lighting shall project downward, and light sources shall not be visible to adjacent properties.
Seth, do they have any dusted dawn there now?
Sorry?
Do they have any dusted dawn there now?
No, they do not.
They do not, okay.
Additionally, there were some recommendations that require compliance from the Southampton Town Department of Public Safety, Fire Prevention, as may be applicable. I think, in a nutshell, this was everything we needed to do to process this application and to get it into compliance.
Good.
Great,
Motion
thank
for
you.
approval. Move it.
Any questions? Motion by Dennis, second by Gloria, and all in favor.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, 6 in favor and 1 absent.
Just going
Claire?
in order, yeah, number 5, this is just a clarification, I had the wrong amounts. with these.
J.L. Rifkin is the applicant.
Yeah, J.L. Rifkin is the applicant, right. I had $31,500, $31,500, it was really $10,500.
Big difference.
It is, it's a clarification, so.
You didn't give him that
Clarification.
31.5, did you?
Nope, give him 10,500.
Okay, so we have to vote on that, right?
Yes.
Okay, motion by Gloria and second by David, all in favor.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, 6 in favor and 1
Number
absent.
6 is off the agenda in Cove Marina.
Really? I thought they wanted that so
Seth,
because
you're
there's some
back?
grant that they needed to.
Miraculously, it didn't matter to them this morning, so they took it off.
Oh, this was the grant,
Yes.
This was the grants.
when you asked for it.
Yep.
I'd like to introduce Harry Fanaras.
How are you, Mr. Fenoris? Have a seat.
North Side, Section
Yes,
2.
Northside Hill, Section 2, Lot 33, located at 21 Deerwood Path in Noyak. It's a CR 200. Additionally, it's located in the Aquifer Protection Overlay District.
Right across the street from the county park.
Do you mind 32 Deerwood? Sorry. 21 Deerwood, excuse me. So yeah, Harry is here to speak his case for a covenant amendment to amend the subdivision restriction on clearing, which is 30% for this particular site, whereas the APOD would allow for 50%.
I think we've seen other applications in this development.
Yes, we
Northside
certainly
Hills.
have, and I know he would like to speak to that. I did a little digging, I usually do when I get one for these subdivisions. I was able to find 7 others, and one of which we processed in October of last year, which is across the street, literally. So there are 57 lots in that subdivision, so there are quite a few. But at any rate, Deerwood Path has seen, I think, one other, which again is next door. So currently, the survey does show it at 38% cleared, so it would be in compliance with the APOD. That is a consideration that I think.
So our action would be to amend the covenant.
That's correct.
There would be no re-veg needed because they would be, would have
Precisely.
more than the APOD.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know it has been a policy. I'm not sure if it's in stone or not, or if it's a case-by-case basis of using a public hearing as a mechanism, as a tool that you'd like to look over a covenant amendment and inform the public, or I can speak to the last time a Deerwood was in front of this board, it just went,
There was no public hearing.
no.
We're not required for a covenant amendment?
No, but
Okay.
when it's in a development that, this is the first time we've seen it, there's been a concern that we should let the rest of the community know.
10-day written comment period,
Yeah,
We could do that, but
but they wouldn't have notification.
Yeah.
yeah, and I mean, we just did one that right off of Noyak Road, the other side of that, more recently, that I'm very familiar with the area, because I hike at the county park. And I
And we
park
had
on
a-
Deerwood Trail.
So we had a public hearing?
I don't think a public hearing is needed personally.
It's not required.
No.
But I don't think it's needed in
At all.
in our concern for a prior application was this was the first time in a small development on really small lots.
And there've been 7 others, according to your
Yes.
research.
So,
So that sets the
Yes,
precedent,
I'm sorry.
8.
8.
Okay,
Yeah, it's in CR 200, but it's less than an acre.
Yeah.
Don't be fooled.
Act on this now?
Excuse me.
sure.
I have written up I had 2 drafted covenant amendment
Do you have anything to
resolutions,
hand out?
one for a public hearing and one saying conditional approval. I can show you the conditional approval.
Please.
Approval.
Thanks.
It's fairly standard issue. Obviously, will require the town attorney to look over the proposed language of the covenant amendment, and for it to be filed with the Suffolk County Clerk.
Oh, so that's one of yours. So let's go to the conditions.
Yeah,
Town
I
attorney.
gave you all of mine. Thank you. The town attorney shall review and approve all of the legal documents prior to filing, which include the amended covenant, title certification, and mortgage consent, if applicable. The filing of the amended covenant with the office of the Suffolk County Clerk, and the submission of the filed amended covenant. Those are the conditions of approval.
I'll move it.
That's it. Motion by Dennis, second by Gloria. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions? For a covenant amendment, we certainly have a supermajority, 6 in favor, 1 absent. Thank you.
Have a good holiday. Thank you.
Horwath Red Bond, Prina?
This is that 5-lot conservation opportunity subdivision that we've been looking at. It's
The
on.
2 and the 3.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can pull out a map if you want.
We can pull up the,
The,
Claire, can you get 140 Upper Seven Ponds Road?
Okay.
and Peter, if Lisa Poyer, she may have been attending via Zoom, but I don't think she was able to, or may not be there, but just in case she is. So this is on for completeness. It was last on in October, and we didn't complete this map issues, an archaeological report, which has since been submitted, of course, and a determination for Janice, which was called out in the pre-application report regarding the Long Island workforce housing and her recommendations for that. So we've received everything. The application is now complete, and I'm recommending the hearing for January 22nd. I don't know if you wanted to look at anything that was submitted, especially regarding the workforce housing, but we'll do all the referrals once we deem it complete and look at everything together if you want, or we could discuss the options, or the status. I have, yeah, there's actually a copy of the letter in here. That Janice is,
So there's an acquisition going on? Are they going to
well, we
acquire-
don't know, so the status of, and Janice notes that in her response, that there is support for CPF acquiring the rear,
The 2 lots down
at
there.
the rear, back here.
Keeping that farm field totally
Yeah,
open.
keeping it open and not affecting Winding Way. So Janice notes that and says that, you know, if that's the case, then those two can be merged. And then there would be no requirement for Long Island workforce housing, because now it's a 4-lot subdivision and not a 5-lot. The applicant off the record has stated that they submitted, they're looking at all the options still. They've submitted their willing to sell letters to CPF and submitted them, but they haven't heard back yet. But they want to know what that offer would be, of course, before they decide on anything else.
Okay.
Because the other options are doing something off-site, or accessory apartments, carriage houses, or paying a fee into the community housing fund.
So I could suggest that you monitor that and stay on top of it,
Yeah,
because
we will,
sometimes.
for sure, and we'll get that. And
Yeah.
Janice also recommended that we, once we deem it complete, we refer it to Carabac and have them give their comments as well.
Okay. So this is for completion, is that what we're doing?
It is, yeah.
Scheduling a public hearing for January 22nd.
Yeah.
Okay. Motion. Motion. By Gloria and second by David.
Aye.
All in favor? Aye, all in favor. 6 in favor and 1 absent. January 22nd.
Thank you.
And then is number 11 off the agenda?
Oh, 11 is off, that was Anthony's, right?
Right.
At the top of the meeting.
11 is off, 12 is off.
13 is done.
I mean, we've done it, secret coordination.
14 is off.
13 is
off.
So we're up to
Yeah.
Gaza.
So we're down to Claire Gaza.
This
Court
is different,
Properties.
this is, Pine Barrens.
This is the Pine Barrens.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna pass something out to you, but I'm gonna pull up the first property. So Joe Gaza has applied to the Pine Barrens to allow for limited clearing along his buildings. He owns, I just like that number. He owns, 6 different pieces of property that are located in the, core.
To preface that, Claire, by saying he's lost one of his buildings in the fire.
Yes,
Oh,
that's what
a
happens.
lot written
Yeah.
here.
It's along Old Riverhead Road.
So this is one of them. But I'm gonna give you a handout. I'm gonna give you the Pine Barrens
He did come to
reports on
us.
this application, and then I'm going to give you, attached to it.
Mandate on this. We're running out of time.
Yeah.
Is that into another meeting? It's not all discussion.
Yeah, this might involve discussion. I
Okay,
just wanna, but I
just
just kinda wanna
pass out.
overview it a
Okay.
little bit with you. I'm gonna send you the whole packet, but this is the summary of it. It's got the aerial behind it, so you can see the 6 pieces of property. There's a recommendation for a setback, which would be, and actually, I don't know the specifics, so let me look. Yeah, I think he was asking for 500.
Jackie,
Yes, yeah.
before we go forward with this, I don't know if I should recuse myself from this discussion or not. I have drafted something very similar, but although we haven't reached a stage yet on behalf of Eastern Suffolk BOCES, looking to clear some property adjacent to our buildings on
I don't think so,
Old Riverhead
George.
Road.
I don't think
Because
it
we
is.
have some issues there again with the
Yeah, but
fire threat.
I don't think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
just wanted to kind
Yeah.
of put it out there.
Gaza usually likes to come in and pitch his.
He came in here to talk about this a little bit. I
A
vaguely
little.
remember.
He touched on it a
Yeah,
little
maybe
bit.
it's for
So
another
Claire,
reason that he was
if
here.
let's
Yeah,
not,
we could do,
get
don't have to
into-
talk to it.
Okay.
I'll do it on the 8th. We do need it by the 8th because they have
Okay.
their meeting on.
so the issue is the
before
Pine Barrens
22nd.
Commission, right? Didn't
Yes.
we get a report from the
This
Pine
is the
Barrens? Commission?
secra, so there is gonna be one action for you to take, and that would be to relinquish lead agency to the Pine Barrens.
Oh, yes.
They would be the approving,
Okay.
before you would be, because of these are core pieces of property. So, that's the action I'm gonna ask you to take, but consider it, we'll do a report, I'll probably write something for you to consider,
Okay.
so we can respond back and forth.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
So
all
our
fine.
action is to relinquish lead agency to the Pine Barrens Commission. Motion by Dennis, second by
I'll
Tom.
take that one.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hey, it should
Opposed,
be,
abstention, 6 in favor.
There you go.
Okay, we have 2 re-veg.
31 Broadway
You wanna sit
in
here or
North
do you
Sea.
wanna sit up there?
You gotta start planning for now to run for supervisor.
31 Broadway, North Sea. This is the CR 200, APOD, an old filed map. It's 54.
That's why it's Broadway.
Yeah, Broadway, exactly. 54,944 square foot property that would be allowed 50% clearing. This site is overcleared by 5,528 square feet. This was a new construction. I have received a plan that shows that they will be able to revegetate that required area and get them back in compliance. It's composed of 21 black oaks, 8 gray birch, 16 red cedars, 45 mountain laurels, and 20 bayberries, 75 New York ferns, and common hair grass.
Where's the area? Primarily around that driveway,
Yeah, around the
right?
driveway, yeah, so that was grass. And there was a little confusion as to what was disturbed versus undisturbed, so.
Okay.
We had to go back and forth to get that. I'm running into the septic systems are often, they want to revegetate over them, anyway.
So
It's
you're
always a
happy with it?
I am.
Motion?
The grass will grow really well there.
Yes, it will. Motion by Gloria and second by David, all in favor?
Always
Opposed, abstentions? 6 in favor, 1 absent. 18 Mount Misery, 7 Rosemary Lane.
Yes, that's lot number 9 in the Mount Misery subdivision. This lot is 22,541 square feet, or about half an acre. It is permitted 60% under the APOD regulation.
It's kind of blown up.
This one time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, you
see
might
them
recall
digging.
this one driving by it. This one stuck out like a sore thumb. This came at all the way at the end of the process. This was built, as you can see, and it was a tough one to get. The InterScience was brought in for this one
I
because
guess they really like sand.
Yeah, well, or didn't like trees, one or the other.
Yeah, this is under construction still.
So, well, it's at CO, and that's when it finally came to light that maybe something had been done improperly on the site. So this was clawing at whatever area I could to get compliance, and like I say, InterScience was brought in, and
Was this a spec? Do you know?
yeah, a quick, yes, I would say it's a spec. The developer was like, I was ready to close, I have buyers interested, why am I not getting a CO? I have done the revegetation.
Oh,
We
really?
are running it,
Is it sand? Fast-growing sand?
It's called a beach.
well, unfortunately, a lot of the building plans that are put in show I'm going to re-veg these areas. And then they do the calculation with that revegetation already inside. So it's not caught, and then it's caught at the bitter
Are
end.
they giving building permits for overcleared
On
lots?
some overclearing, because it's
Not
not.
any longer.
Not any longer.
They're getting referred to us, and
Good.
we are catching it,
great.
and
Yeah.
we are.
Good for
doing
us.
a
A
great
concept
job.
called shrinking the
That's-
house.
That's a
Success.
good process
What a
change.
disturbance
yeah.
here, you know?
Good.
It's an alien concept.
Yeah.
Sailing concept.
The re-veg that comes in after everything's baked in are never as good. So I did take out all the man-made structures to the best of my abilities to keep them out from behind the line of clearing. Though I did run into a struggle with the IA system, which is in the upper left-hand corner. You can kind of see the rings, if your eyesight's good enough. At any rate, they were able to get 59.93, which is just under, and there were 28 pine trees are going to be put in, and 2 red maples, 160 shrubs composed of the blueberries and the northern bayberries with native leaf litter and pine needles. So
You're happy with it?
I can't get much more out of this. That's the best I can get.
You're not happy, but it'll do.
I don't like seeing something like that either, but at
No.
least it'll go back eventually.
Okay,
yes.
thank you.
Okay.
Motion by George, second by
So,
Dennis, all in favor? 6 in favor, 1 absent. What is this on the agenda? It says extension subdivision, extension site plan?
Those are
Overclearing.
headers. So we have to,
That's with those in caps, yeah.
Yeah, so we have to, those
Okay.
would be eliminated usually.
Well, it's for,
But they're here, so.
yeah, we're here. I just want to acknowledge the signed site plan, Gloria.
I did not sign it, I haven't seen it.
No, that's, they still need more time, so
That's
that's for
the
70 and
agenda.
80.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was pulled off, but they do need a 90-day extension, which would go to.
Well, let's do that. Number 23, a 90-day
To
extension
March 24 of 2026.
to March 24.
Motion.
Motion by Dennis, second by Gloria, and all in favor. Opposed? 6 in favor, 1 absent, so that's done.
20, 21, 22?
Okay, so at 4 o'clock, we set the date to help us with the tech. So can we take a 10-minute break?
Sure. Is it what you wanna do is close the meeting?
Well, we're not done, so we'll have to reopen it.
No, I have to reopen it.
Yeah. Or do you just wanna?
Just keep the meeting open.
Yeah, but I don't want it recorded.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to.
So let's take a 15-minute recess, and we'll be back in 15 minutes, okay?
Is that right? Close the public hearing? Meeting, sorry.
Close the meeting, okay, for 15 minutes, and then we'll come back up. So turn your mics off. Thank you. Okay, guys, we're in your hands.
Yeah, just go over there.
like windows inside of the
No, as a
building.
kid, I loved
And
them.
I
It was the
don't,
best,
we don't see
right?
that, which I'm not
As an
complaining
adult,
about.
I hate it, right? It's amazing
Yeah.
how your perspective
It's
changes.
19 an extension. It is, okay, for Anthony, right? It's a 90-day?
It's a 90-day
You ready to go back?
February 16th.
That was it? That was quick.
He made all the guys functional in 2 seconds.
The GIS is, you know, they're all under phone.
Let me see if they're good to go back.
The IT folks, the GIS.
Yeah.
He'll tell us when he's ready. Couple seconds.
You're good to go.
It's a good one, you guys are.
I have a party to go to and I have wearing a dress.
And then you wanna do your referral and I'll do mine, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
19.
19.
Oh, we are on 19?
Yeah.
19, okay, so we're gonna do that. Who's gonna do that one? Moon year?
She's gonna do it for Anthony.
Okay.
Back in session, reconvene session.
Okay.
Kevin, are we back on?
We're back on.
Thank you. We are reconvening the December 11th, 2025 Southampton Town Planning Board meeting. And we'll proceed with, where are we? It's,
Number 19, 1456 SRR.
Anthony is not here, so let's go.
We're gonna do
I'm
it.
gonna do it for.
Extension.
for-
Oh, okay,
it's
great.
It's an extension for site plan approval, 90 days until February 16, 2026.
February 16th?
16.
Okay, so number 19 is 1456 Bianc Riverhead Road Extension to February 16, 2026. Motion by Dennis, second by Gloria. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed,
I
abstentions?
didn't realize SSR was Spion Riverhead Road.
I didn't either.
Finish the vote. All in favor?
Aye. Sorry.
Opposed, abstentions, 6 in favor, and 1 absent. Prena, you then are number 20, 2173 Montauk Highway. ZBA referral.
Yeah, this is a ZBA referral. This is a site plan application that's pending with this board to legalize a change of use from a single-family residence to a professional office, or in this case, an architectural office. The applicant is requesting relief for parking. They're they're requesting 6 spaces. Relief from their required parking. Just to remind the board, this,
Is this in the Bridgehampton Bull's Head complex?
is, yeah.
That's residential, totally residential.
this is Hamlet Commercial, HC zoning. It's,
No, it's in the historic district, which is everything from this portion.
on Main Street, all back down.
Okay,
to
but it's
the-
not in the
Later
Bull's Head
on.
complex.
Show you?
Oh, no, I'm sorry,
No.
not the complex.
That's what I
was
asked.
thinking- I thought you were asking about the overlay district. It's
No.
in the historic
It's
district.
down by the Safe Light or
Yeah,
in that
it looks
area.
like it's
Yeah,
across
at
from the
it's at
shopping
tail
center.
end, across the
Right.
street from the old bank building that's now, yeah,
So this is the
Okay.
whole commercial historic district,
that Bull's Head Main Street.
Right.
which I'm gonna turn it off because it's just flashing.
Yes.
Oh, you like the color probably, right?
Well, I saw that color well.
Easy to see it here.
Yes, much easier.
So this is the through lot that fronts Montauk Highway and Hildreth Lane. It's been incomplete with this board. It's a pending application. It's been
Yeah.
incomplete since, I think, March of this year.
They've been operating, I think.
Yeah, they're legalizing their change of use, so they're
Right.
already in there, they've done the work.
Right.
They're, the site is pretty limited, the building is not huge, it's about a 1,700 square foot footprint that used to be a home. Over time, I think it was converted, it was something else prior to this, I can't remember
I
what.
think it was an art gallery.
Yeah, something to do with art. So they, they have limited space and they're proposing 9 parking spaces. They came to us, we had them, it's a single story building, but there's a finished basement that has 2 finished bathrooms. So we reviewed it internally, asked them to include all that space as office space, because there's the potential for that. So it's about 3,000 square feet between both of the first floor and the basement. So anyway, before the board, one of the items of incompleteness was that they didn't meet the required parking once they recalculate that, and some mapping items, and then.
The basement has windows and access?
Yeah, it has all the egress and all the wells. It's all been done. They've updated the exterior facade of the building. They did plantings. They kept all the trees. But we'll look at all that, of course, again, once they resubmit to us. So there is a draft before you with.
So they want relief? Are they going to pay into the parking fund?
They can't do that on this site. That's only for VB and H.
Hamlet
OD.
Center.
No, this is Hamlet Commercial. So you can do that for Village Business and Office District OD. But this doesn't qualify, I don't believe. So hence they're seeking a waiver.
This is Hamlet Commercial.
Yeah.
So-
I think we talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
They have 9 spaces, did you say? They're supposed to have 16, is that what?
They have, the application is for, they have 9 spaces where 15 are required. I need to look at that a little bit closer because they have yet to resubmit to us a final. They did give me this preliminary, and they did present something very similar to this, if not exactly to the ZBA. But I think now they're at 9 spaces where 15 are required. If I'm doing the straight math, I think it's closer to 19, but Claire and I talked about it. Whatever relief they get, and then we can apply it. If they need to convert some of that downstairs space to non-office space, then that would be something we would have to do during the site plan process.
How many offices do they have?
It's proposed as one use. It's one office use. There was, I understand from Anthony, there was a little bit of discussion before the ZBA of potential other uses by the same applicant, but
What are they doing there now?
it's a professional architectural office. It's an office. But there was a little bit of dialogue going back and forth. So we, one of the comments I have on here is that the applicant should clarify the uses, and if it is in fact one use or not. That was an issue before that board at the last meeting in November. But HC zoning does allow for one use per every 4,000 square feet of lot area. So in this case, they would be allowed 4 uses. They only have, their existing building is a certain amount of square feet, so that can't grow. And, you know, although that could be a potential issue, especially given the limited parking and these potential for other uses, we still look at office space the same. So I kind of had that as a discussion. I don't know if you have any concern there.
It could be offices, but different companies.
Yeah, it could be. And different companies are, you know, different, generate different types of.
What is the square footage of the building?
16, oh, no, you said
The footprint is about 1,700. I think it's about 3,000 square feet.
Including the
If we
basement?
include the basement as finished office space.
3,000.
3,000, yeah.
Have we looked at septic flow at all, or was that not an issue?
We haven't looked at any of that. I think they did stuff to it, so I'd have to see how that changed. I mean, it went from residence to office, so.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
definitely, it might be more people, but less time.
Yeah, if it's only open 9 to 5 or something.
Yeah.
Office typically has less than even the single-family residence.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, because it's only 0.03 gallons per square foot, so, you're not approaching that.
Is there any opportunity for them to create more spaces on there? I'm concerned because Hildreth, I don't believe parking's allowed on, not that we're supposed to, you know, encourage people to park on the street, but.
Yeah, I know that's an issue, and that's always an issue with the public. I did look at the road view. I couldn't remember from when I was there, but there are no parking signs, although it says no parking, and then it says may There's dates on that, so it begs the question,
Seasonal,
does
no
that mean?
parking?
Yeah, no parking seasonally, so it begs the question, there's no shoulder, it's a white line, it's a striped line and
It's in a
lawn.
busy street.
So it begs the question, like, could people pull up in other parts of the year? I don't know.
Excuse me.
On the highway. They'll park.
Yeah, there's parking out front of the
park there.
highway, so I guess if
You
you
can
have
park.
these other uses, there's a potential for where are these other cars gonna go, if they do need other, more
Yeah,
cars.
just in the area, just parking.
Yeah, people
shoulder
parked, while I was there, people were parked.
I don't
out
know
front.
where the markings are on that side of Montauk Highway, but on the other side of Montauk Highway, that's the beginning of a bike lane going west. I don't know where they end the bike lane. I think maybe up at the next corner, up by, somewhere along there. It's a bike lane from Watermill to Bridgehampton. It ends at a certain point there. I don't know exactly where, but
You don't think it extends in front of that?
it's somewhere along there they end it, because you're coming into the Hamlet Center, but
Oh, so down
And then
here?
there's turning
Yeah.
lanes.
I'm not sure where they end it. I know going west, they start it right at Bridgehampton Commons.
Oh, this is Bridgehampton Commons.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a bike lane in both directions, but it ends at some point very close to there. So I don't know if that's marked as no parking bike lane there or not, but,
But that's on the north
But-
side of the
but-
street, you're saying?
right.
Oh.
Well, no, both sides. It goes east and west, but going west, it starts somewhere between, I want to say, is that Butter Lane? Whatever it is, and the Commons, they start the bike lane. Going east, they
This
end
is
the bike
Butter.
lane somewhere along there. Yeah,
This is Butter.
if you go out there,
This is Halsey.
right. Somewhere west of Halsey, they end the bike lane because they're coming into a hamlet center, but I'm not exactly sure where. But the reality is that you don't really have on-street parking, or it's very difficult to have on-street parking on both sides of that lot.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can say, well, park on the street.
Yeah, and they certainly
The
can't.
way-
be
That's why I was
parking
asking about, could they create a couple more
No,
spaces?
they have a pretty tight, they have setbacks and they have a pretty tight layout. They have existing trees that they wanted to maintain, one of which is in the middle of, the east side of the west side of that parking. They had a version of the set plan where they were showing an ADA, parking space on the front of the building, so we asked them to put that to the back. So that limited what they thought they were proposing, and hence the nine. I think originally they had 10 or 11.
So this is the referral, right?
This is a,
Any
yeah,
other comments that we want to add?
I mean, I don't know if we want to talk about the use at all, but we could just I could just ask the ZBA that the applicant clarify their use. I do have the comment in here that the board request the ADA placed in the back, which they've already began appropriateness, and will make the referral, and then any additional site design or standards or specific design issues will be reviewed when we review the application and deemed complete.
And everything exits onto Halsey, poor Halsey,
Hildreth.
Hildreth.
Right.
Yeah, they have a one-way in from Montauk, and then they have an entry exit off of.
Well, they can exit onto,
Yeah, I mean, as much as we probably don't want to see more traffic on Hildreth, I think that's
Unless-
probably the
unless-
lesser of the two evils.
unless the town, I wonder if we could do that here, that the town improve Hildreth with collector standards, because it is the major exit point, and it's in terrible shape. It's a tiny road,
Is that a
virtually no
problem?
shoulder.
Yeah, it's, you know.
Can we
I-
make
I
that
used to get-
recommendation to the ZBA?
I mean, to the town board?
We'd have to do it, we can't do it, we can't use this referral.
No, not this before, but you could say something to the town board, but do you think that people would want to be the collector status?
The
There's
neighbors.
residents, there's
Yeah.
residents.
It's all
along
residential.
the south side.
Collector status, when you,
Narrow
It's good.
makes people slower, right?
when they, yeah.
It's a big shortcut.
Oh, it is a big
Oh.
short, I mean, there's no doubt about that.
But I see what you're saying, if it got broader, maybe that will be more of a
How about
throughway.
just repaired?
Yeah, well, that's our
It's a major impact when
Residents of Hildreth do not.
the state did that, when
If
they said you
like
can't exit.
speed bumps.
Right. And more speed bumps, more stop signs, that's,
What about cross-access here?
No, because they all have the same access. It doesn't make sense that they should go together, because they all have access onto
Onto poor Hildreth.
Poor Hildreth.
And there's
Plus, look at the
decent
lot.
elevation change between this lot and the lot to the west.
And if you look at the lot, I mean, they're trying to preserve, is this existing landscaping in this
Yeah,
design?
It's
here?
all
Really nice
installed, it's
tree.
all
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
yeah.
consider it-
They've maintained all the.
You don't wanna
Which is
take
why
those
you
down,
should
right.
give a
No,
little
yeah.
leeway in the
I agree.
parking.
Yeah, and
They're
and there's
definitely
no place
trying to
else to
preserve
build
the
more parking.
trees, which is good.
Yeah.
No, there's no.
There's no place else
there's
to
no
build more parking
place,
unless you take
yeah.
the trees
The
down.
one place they thought, was at the front, which we asked them to send
No,
it to
no,
the.
no, you don't want
And
that.
the, and
think it is a
the
concern.
trees add to the
Yeah.
historic.
The trees are beautiful,
And
yeah,
that's
they
in
made a
historic
point to not
areas.
remove the
You don't wanna
trees,
do
they
that,
did a lot
right.
of sustainable stuff on site,
That's
native,
good.
green building,
Do you know the
design
square
elements.
footage of the basement?
The basement's probably, I guess I think it's about 1,500 square feet.
Basement, wow.
Because it's 3,000 square feet total, inclling the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if worse comes to,
1,700 on top.
they
Maybe
could
some
take
of the
out some of the
basement
basement.
shouldn't be
They have two
office.
bathrooms.
Storage, half,
And then, yeah, maybe.
That's a good
that-
recommendation.
And then you're asking for a 3 or 4 space waiver, and then it's maybe not so
Better.
tough.
They
you
could
know,
put in a
terms of
comment
that.
to.
that's a very good point.
To
Yeah.
limit the,
Maybe half it, yeah.
limit the request by, reducing the office.
Yeah,
space in the
restrict to one office in the basement
And
and,
then
and the
provide
other
for storage.
storage, which
Right.
would reduce the parking requirement.
Right, yeah, that's tied to concern over the need, the lack of adequate parking in that area in general.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, and then if you limit that office, whether you have more than one use or not, it's still a limited,
just-
limited space, limited area.
Claire, who normally regulates the comments on the handicap parking?
Who usually comments on the handicap parking? Like location or the
Yeah.
size?
Location.
Oh, you,
Well, just if they have the handicap parking furthest away from the building. as
Yeah, I
they
saw
showed in the
that,
current
yeah.
plan.
that's what, yeah, it should be.
Should be di-
Well, it's either us or the building department does pick it up too, because that is a building code.
So you've added that?
Yeah, I'll add that.
So it should be
And we'll-
nearest,
yeah,
closest
we'll
entrance,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna add that, and anything else? If not, motion to accept the referral?
Motion?
Motion by Gloria, second by Dennis, all in favor?
Aye.
6 in favor, 1 absent. Claire, you wanna take Munir?
Yeah.
UNA, 7 Peconic Avenue.
So this is the gas station that's on the north side of the circle. You're familiar with where the 7-Eleven's going?
Yeah.
This is the existing one. You saw this as the name near, probably almost 20 years ago to put the convenience store on the property. 76 has taken it over and changed all the signage, including stripes and orange and blue, and 76 is all over the place. So they submitted a variance application for a number of sign variances. So I'm gonna give you the report. I think I passed it out last time. I'll give you a new copy of it so that you see the date on it. They have submitted also an update, so let me read my report.
Claire, is this the one that is being demolished or being
No.
reconstructed? It's a different, it's the.
This is all about signage. the
Okay, it's the existing one.
Yeah, the
Okay.
existing one.
It's,
all-
when
oh,
you're
sorry.
coming north, it's the
Okay,
one
I'll give you
step.
one.
That used to be Valero, right?
It used to be Valero, right,
Got it.
exactly.
Okay.
Do you have any illustrations, Claire? Pictures?
Pictures, yes, actually I do. I'll show you the pictures. Digital,
Oh, gosh,
which
yeah,
is
that's.
prohibited in our code. So this would be the first one if they grant it. I'm hoping the
So we're
ZBA
saying
holds the
no.
line for
Yeah.
us. But these,
Especially when we're trying to push the new applicant to make it look nice.
yes, exactly. So here's my comments and just see if you agree. For the first thing I want to say is the digital sign is not permitted in the zoning district and should be modified to be a wood or wood appearing sign similar to other signs along Flanders Road to the east in the village business zoning district.
Good.
That is, so everything east of this, directly down the line, is like McDonald's, They're all wood appearance
So when
signs.
you're going north to get into the circle, it's that first gas station to the right.
On the right.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, it's the one nearest to the village, not the village, but the main part of Riverhead.
Is this just for signage? We
This
can't-
is just signage, yes. So they need setbacks for the, so the second bullet would be the setback to the freestanding sign. That's where the sign historically has been.
Is that the freestanding?
This is
sign?
the freestanding sign with the digital,
Wow,
and then they,
big sign.
yeah.
So it is the 76, and then the gas prices, I imagine, right?
Yep.
And then what's the bottom two? Can't see.
Lotto, ATM, and food marts,
A lotto?
yeah.
We don't need that.
No. So anything referring to that needs to come off the
Yes.
sign. Yes.
Just the brand and the gas prices.
Yes. So I'm gonna say that. Any reference to marks.
Is this like just mounted on the poles that are already there, or is it a brand new?
No, brand new sign.
Took everything down?
They took everything down and installed a sign, and now they're saying that the sign costs $52,000.
Of course they
Well,
will.
they should have asked first.
I mean, because would we have asked for like a pedestal, one of those
Yes.
same pedestal sign that we have, that we've been asking for from
You mean the
7?
monument?
The monument sign, I don't know if it's appropriate there, that's all, I can't remember what it looks like there.
Yeah, it's very not a lot of area, so I'm not quite sure if that is a deal, but like it did, it had a sign, a normal sign that you change, yes, it's a hassle to change those things out, but it also doesn't have to be 13 feet tall.
That's what it is?
Yeah, 17.
17
It could be
feet.
10 feet tall.
Of course.
But I also said it's gonna get hit by a car. Whatever sign you put in, it's gonna be
Where
hit by a
is
car,
it?
it's a guarantee.
Where is the sign sitting?
So you see this portion?
Right where that angled piece is.
Right where the angle is.
Yeah.
It's in this area right here.
Wow.
Street view?
Can
Can
we-
you click up at street view?
It's probably hit, already down in the street view.
Claire, can we
Right.
have an opportunity here to get some green in there and then a sign?
There it is. Straight up.
Oh, it's already up.
Yeah.
Oh, and they have now installed signs on their other ones along Flanders Road.
Well, they can't.
No, so I
No.
have a couple there.
All right, so-
violations to be issued. Now that I went to this side, I saw the other two.
Okay, so the setback for the sign is
bought
one,
all the Valeros.
They did,
Okay.
yeah.
where 20 setback is required, okay.
Yep. So, and then internally illuminated signs are not permitted either if they want to do that
Should we
way.
say sign is also located in a corner clearance, blocking, affecting safe visibility?
Yep. Safe visibility, okay.
Okay, so the first three, okay. The size and appearance of the signs on the side of the... You do the wooden thing 3 times. I don't know that you need it.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
You have all signs shall be wood or wood appearing. You've got that in the number
What,
1. So we
what-
can take that out.
Well, she
signs are
really
with
wants
the
it to be
pump
wood.
This, the pumps are full on 76 orange signs. And we want them to be white. There's no signage, no colors, no,
So if
no standard colors. That's what happens.
they really have to make a new sign, unless they can reuse it and chop off the bottom. And if they do that, can we move it in and get some greenery around it?
To the signage, it's not possible with the,
Not to it, but, or just at least some bushes around it, because we fought so hard to have the greenery on the 9/11 site.
the signage would come back to you for approval.
Which, this,
This
they've
site
got
is-
that up and they're gonna fight for that, right? We have to tell the ZBA not to.
Yeah.
I think we have to be
I
very
think
strong
there is
that
something
saying
to
with
put
it.
greenery in there. As you come around that curve, you can combine.
Yeah, it would be
it.
nice to
Yeah.
have some, even just, low, nice bushes.
And Claire,
It's not
should
gonna be
you,
big, but it's gonna be something green.
Something
which would-
softer.
which would-
should you be prefacing that's by saying that the town code does not allow corporate logo type I'm,
Corporate logo
well,
type one.
corporate, like 7-Eleven, we've asked them to modify that we don't want the corporate look. That's not, I believe that is in our town code, something to that. I may be saying the words wrong, but that
You got the school bus.
corporate,
There it is,
an old
there it
image.
is.
Yeah.
Not the corporate, does the, you mean the signage code says something about the corporate
well,
logo?
isn't
I think you can't
the
have a
corporate
picture if
look?
they have like a corporate picture. I think maybe that's the thing that's not allowed, but obviously it's gonna say 7-Eleven, that's their.
Lord, it is it's right on the road, for God's sake.
So you can do more greenery in there,
Can
make a whole
we
bank of
suggest a
greenery.
location for it?
Of the signage?
Yeah, it has to be pushed back.
The problem is it's access. I mean, that's how the
Okay,
truck
so
comes
let's,
in.
how about moving it down to where there's a sign that says 24 with an arrow?
Okay.
Go, yeah,
Relocated to more
relocate it
the
to,
west?
yeah, right in there, lower,
Yeah, definitely lower.
lower, and put some more foliage around it.
Sign.
It looks like it's only on middle, so they can cut off the,
Planning board will require additional vegetation at the time of review.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Is the whole circle in our purview? Or where does Riverhead Town?
Yes,
You
the
have
whole circle is in your purview, yes.
The river behind this line is the
Is the line?
dividing line between the
Got it,
towns.
okay.
yeah, the whole jail and court is in
Is in
Southampton.
the Riverhead Jail is in
That's all
Southampton.
ours. Oh, I
Yes.
didn't realize that.
Okay, good. So after the digital sign, I'm gonna say relocate of the sign to the west and lower, and the plan will require landscaping associated with it. Time
Yeah.
of review. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. There's good points.
good.
Let them put them in, and I'll get that over to the ZBA. They meet the first time, meeting in January. That's why I want to get this done with.
So I need a motion for this. Motion by Gloria and second by David. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions? 6 in favor and 1 absent. Thank you, Claire. Brenna, are you doing Anthony's old file map, 22 Lakewood Park? Is that the last? We don't have any walk-ons?
Yeah.
No, no walk-ons.
Claire, we didn't address this letter that they sent.
Ooh.
The signage people?
Yeah.
What are they saying?
Yes, they've done some revisions, but that doesn't really change anything,
Okay.
so that's fine. I'll take a look at it, but
Oh, they actually had the sign at 17.8 inches.
Yeah, that's what the plan said, 17 feet.
Wow, 17 and a half.
this is an abandonment of a road, right?
Yeah, it's a road abandonment in Old File Map. Anthony said he vetted this pretty well, and the board has already reviewed this. It's a developed portion of this map. And the board, this is in East Quad, by the way, it's from Montauk Highway. And there's this paper road here, Ash Street. The northern side of it has already been abandoned by this board. So they're seeking to abandon the southern portion. It's 25 feet wide, their portion. I think it results in 5,255 square feet of area.
Are there
there's really not
parcels,
much-
there are parcels facing that road?
Facing this road?
Yeah.
No, this is all, so this area is this one parcel. This is
Oh, it's
all
one
single- It's
parcel.
made up
This
of
is
all the
contiguous.
little.
The little old
yeah,
file maps.
Yeah, and there's, there's no access.
There's no individual owners along there that.
No,
would have
no,
to
they're
give-
all, they've all
All
been,
been-
they're all part of this parcel now. This is all
And they're-
one.
Is this a
That- that's-
Gaza? Is this a Gaza thing? No.
No, no.
And there's nothing built there.
I could pull it up. I don't know.
Did,
You want me to do it? Which is the address?
I can do it, 726, is it 726? 726 Montauk Highway. Yeah, oh, there's something there. Yeah, so that's what's shown
So
on
you can
here.
see the people, you can
It's
see the
right-
people.
It's right in the middle of, the parcel.
Oh, okay. So this is the remainder? This person already,
Yeah, that
already
person already
abandoned?
abandoned their
Oh,
portion.
okay, this is
yeah.
just the remainder of that. Okay, that's good. Pretty straightforward.
Trail connection or anything like that.
So what's the resolution to approve this?
To approve the road abandonment, request, and then they would do all the legal documents, the town
I'll move.
attorneys
Okay.
would review it.
Motion by George, second by Dennis. All in favor? Opposed, abstention, 6 in favor and 1 absent. I think that's it. The referral to the town board on the hotel, they're going to bring us the revisions in January? Not,
January 8th, I guess.
okay.
So she knows best when they're gonna consider next with the town board. but
Okay,
it's
so
not
we're
like-
within the time frame, right?
That's what Janice of all people knows. So,
She should know.
Yeah.
All right, so we have to adopt these, Claire, the dates?
Yes, oh, good, I'm glad you remember.
I'm in production mode, Claire.
Yes, you are, you're good.
Why are we stopping at October? Or is there a second page?
Oh, there's not a second page?
Flip it over.
No,
Flip it.
Oh, some of them didn't have it,
Yep.
mine didn't.
Sorry, I did it quickly.
Okay, Tom's has it.
Here, you can look at the,
rest of the dates on
Oh, yeah, I only have 1 page.
His didn't
We have
have it.
the one page also.
Well, there we're stopping it.
Okay.
That's it, no more planning in Southampton.
November and
You can have
December.
two
on the
pages.
back.
Tom doesn't need it. All right, so we're only off
Only December is the
It'll
going.
give us a
December
break in
10th, the
in
same
November and
thing.
December.
Two in November.
Wait, you have some in November on the back of yours?
Nope.
Yeah, no,
Oh, see, I have,
Of that?
oh, okay, I have nothing, right.
I can make you one. You wanna go, oh, I'll have one, we'll have it on your GIS for tonight, and Jackie can keep that, cause she's not gonna
Thank
be here,
you.
right?
Not the new
Okay.
GIS.
Yeah,
Here, I'm
okay.
All our
gonna hand
guests.
it, yes, we're gonna hand you a copy
Okay,
tonight.
all
Nice.
right. And hopefully we'll be up on this.
Quill pens.
Quill pens. And ink pots, right. Okay, so we have to adopt this?
Yes, please.
Okay, so motion to adopt the new 2026 Planning Board calendar.
Motion.
Motion by Gloria,
Second.
second by Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions?
Your-
Tom, you
6
can
in
ask for an
favor,
adjournment.
I could have abstained.
You
One
can-
absent.
You can ask for motion to adjourn.
We approved it, right?
motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by Tom, second by Gloria, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, 6 in favor, 1 absent. We are adjourned for this meeting and for the year.
Wow.
Except for tonight.
Except for tonight.
I gotta run home, and I have time to run home and let the dog out.